It's game time on Yurview, brought to you by Palomar Health. Drew Ferris, Jonathan Rifkind. We're at Mater Dei Catholic tonight in a rivalry matchup in the South Bay. They're hosting the Eastlake Titans. Drew, this is a fun rivalry matchup. What do you expect to see out of both these teams?
Less than 2 miles separate these programs. A lot of familiarity between both of these players on both sides of the ball. Should be a fun one here tonight.
It's going to be a fun one. Of the last 8 matchups between the two sides, both teams have won 4 times. Mater Dei Catholic, though, let's start with them. They've won the last 3. How do they keep it going here tonight?
Well, offensively, Cartel Purvis needs to distribute the football, protect him, allow him to get the ball in space. And on defense, they need to be really stout at the point of attack and stop this Eastlake rushing offense.
On the other side, Eastlake 1-5 this season. They haven't won a game since their opener against Bonita Vista. They need to find a way to get the ball in the end zone. But what's more important for them, scoring the football or stopping the football?
Well, I really believe that Eastlake needs to be stout at the quarterback position, allow them to attack downfield, and really get that running game going, control the clock, and keep the ball away from Mater Dei Catholic.
Well, the stage is set. It's a soiree in the South Bay, and it's coming to you next. Game time on Yurview, brought to you by Palomar Health.
Okay, there was once a little girl who who was fearless. She protected the whole village, and she never backed down. She was my champion. And when she grew up, she joined a group of other heroes to protect the world. The world-class medical team at Palomar Health. Because they are the champions of healthcare.
Mommy!
And champions for you.
Teachers enrich their students' lives, nurture young minds, and inspire future leaders. For that, we salute you. We celebrate San Diego County's 2024-2025 Teacher of the Year nominees with Cox Presents Salute to Teachers. Learn more at salutetoteacherssd.com. Presented by San Diego County Credit Union in partnership with the San Diego County Office of Education and Cox Communications.
The stadium lights, the roar of the crowd, the heart and character displayed, and the brotherhood forged on the field. One play can shift the momentum. This is more than a game. It's Game Time High School football.
Brought to you by Palomar Health. Champions aren't created overnight. They're created through practice, determination, and dedication. Palomar Health. Champions of healthcare. Champions for you.
A Metro Mesa melee here on Game Time on Yurview, which is brought to you by Palomar Health. Champions aren't made overnight. They're created through practice, determination, and dedication. Palomar Health, champions of healthcare, champions for you. And supported by Easter Seals. Disability is not a dirty word. Say it, celebrate it, and share it. Help us define disability and share your story at disabilitypride.com. Drew Ferris, Jonathan Rifkind, our entire Yurview crew on hand with you for tonight's rivalry matchup in a Metro Mesa League opener between the Mater Dei Crusaders and the Eastlake Titans. Mater Dei 2-3 on the season, fresh off a win 13-10 at St. Augustine. On the other side, Eastlake, they're 1-5. They've lost 5 straight games. They are fresh off a road trip to Texas where they lost to Brock High School 49-7. Tonight shaping up to be a pretty good one, though, Drew, on homecoming night here at Mater Dei High School.
It truly is a battle of 2 local teams here in Chula Vista. It's going to be a great game tonight. I think a lot of explosive plays are up to bat.
The Crusaders have elected to receive the first half kickoff on homecoming night, an early kick, and we are away. Ball taken at the 5 and some space to maneuver across the 20 to the 30. Blocks ahead, tiptoeing the sideline out near the 40 is where the Crusaders and their star quarterback, Cartel Purvis, who has over 1,200 passing yards and 12 touchdowns this season, will take over for the first drive of the game.
Cartel Purvis getting under-recruited recently, but we've actually seen a spike in his recruitment. He's one of the best quarterbacks here in the San Diego section. Great arm, great height, great size, really has great vision for the field. Look for him to distribute the ball to playmakers here tonight.
Isaiah Cook, the coach's son, 3 years on varsity, the return man on the kickoff.
We'll be seeing a lot of Isaiah Cook here tonight.
We're going to see Isaiah Cook. We're going to see Noah Cook. Of course, Coach Richard Cook, the head coach in his second season here.
See what they're cooking up tonight.
The dad jokes are out early. Only 8 seconds into the ball game. Here comes Purvis in the shotgun. It's a young offensive line. 3 freshmen. They're going to test them here. Running the ball up the middle for a gain of 3, maybe 4 on the play. And that is the consistent running back, Jordan Dumoulin, who has 37 carries, now 38 this season, getting the first touch here.
Jordan Dumoulin, one of the best backs for Mater Dei. They love to get him the ball early. A lot of different ways of getting him the football. Nice gain on first down to set up a second and manageable.
These two teams have matched up 14 times in the last 20 years. You heard Drew mention it in our pregame conversation, just less than 2 miles separate the two schools. Drew, how do you know that?
Because I showed up at Eastlake tonight first, and then
Drew wanted to take a view of the hill up at Eastlake before he joined me here at Mater Dei Catholic.
Just down the street.
Dumoulin getting the carry, 2.0, going for a gain of 2. And it's going to set up a third and manageable here for the Crusaders. In the 14 games in the last 20 years between these two sides, as we take another look at it. Good blocking up front. Mater Dei Catholic very big, just young. More on that here in a moment. Interestingly enough, you know Mater Dei Catholic is the team who has had recent success here in San Diego, but it's actually Eastlake who has dominated this series since 2004. They've won 9 of the 14 games, though the last 3 games have been dominated by the Crusaders. Purvis looking to pass on 3rd and 3. Lobbing one far side has Laurel Parker, who reels it in for a first down out near the 30-yard line.
Yeah, Laurel Parker was wide open on that play. A little concerning if you're Eastlake. Nice explosive play. That's the mobility I was talking about for Cartel Purvis. Cartel Purvis steps up in the pocket, extends the play, eyes downfield, touch pass right over the defender, number 23 for Eastlake. Great job laying it in there to get a big play for Mater Dei Catholic.
Advertised as a dual threat. You saw it on that play. A gain of over 22 yards for the Crusaders as they march forward into enemy territory. Mater Dei Catholic has won the last 3 games of this series by an average of 28 points. Eastlake hoping to try and minimize the damage done. Dumoulin with an explosive first step out of the backfield and gets 4 out of it.
When you can win on first down consistently, I know it's early in the game, but it looks like to me Mater Dei wants to establish that run game early, get a second and manageable, allow for the play calls to really open up. They've done a nice job here tonight moving the ball so far.
Mater Dei Catholic opened up the season with 3 straight losses, but get this. Cathedral Catholic, Granite Hills, San Marcos, number 1, number 3, and number 6 here in San Diego in terms of the UT Power Rankings. A very difficult way to start off your season, but a battle-tested team. They beat Mira Mesa, they beat St. Augustine, they're trying to beat Eastlake, and right now Jordan Dumoulin trying to help his team do just that as he powers his way to a first down.
Yeah, and on that topic, I spoke with Rashard Cook earlier in the week, and he talked about his first 5 games of the season, and he talked about how playing really good competition elevates this team, gets them stronger, allows for those young guys to really take their licks. And they've really shown here tonight how coming out with a strong first drive.
Drive started at the 40-yard line. They're deep in Titan territory now, just shy of the 20. It's going to be 1st and 10 after Jordan Dumoulin's 6-yard run. Only 1 rushing touchdown this season for RB1. Here he is, another carry right through that gap for a gain of 5 on the play. And I like the idea here, Drew, of feeding the run game early with the hopes that maybe that actually opens up the passing game down the road.
Definitely, and you can see run up the middle here by Dumoulin, and they're just trying to see how the defense plays it, and they're trying to get everyone to get sucked up inside, trying to get those safeties to come down, those linebackers to jump early, and eventually Purvis is going to pull that ball and maybe take off or do a little play action with it and throw the ball down the field.
Mater Dei Catholic looking to try and get back to the promised land. 2021, 2022. We'll talk about that as the night continues. Those 2 years earmarked in the history of this great program. Purvis being chased outright, running out of space. He will eventually be taken down, and we'll see maybe some extracurriculars. No, wrapped up prior to getting out of bounds. Gets a gain of 4 out of it, sets up a 3rd and short. He was being chased down by big number 74, Bernardo Cardenas on the defensive line.
Yeah, it was a great job by Eastlake defense, forcing him to be on the run here, locking everyone up downfield, not committing any penalties, living to play another down.
Team defensive leader Sammy Silva got the final touch there on Purvis. It's going to be 3rd and 3 here in the red zone.
I think this is where you could see some play action here, Jonathan. They've established the run game. You only need 3 yards, but I think we're going to see the arm talent here at Purvis.
Shotgun for Purvis. Dumoulin out behind him. This is a 13, if you will. 3 tight ends and a running back. And a timeout will be called here early.
13 personnel. I think Mater Dei called timeout. They didn't get the look they liked, so they're going to go back to the drawing board.
We'll take a timeout with them. We're moments into this game between Eastlake and Mater Dei Catholic. No score in the first quarter. The Crusaders are driving. You're watching Game Time on Yurview, brought to you by Palomar Health.
On Locally 101, we highlight the best that California has to offer. Join us for the adventure. Meet interesting people. Discover new places to visit and things to do. All on Locally 101. Brought to you by MyBox. We make moving and storage easy.
If you're having trouble breathing, if you're having a lot of sinus infections, if your nose is dripping like a faucet, I can help you breathe easy. I'm Dr. Shaw, Palomar Health Ear, Nose, and Throat Surgeon. In less than an hour, we'll unplug that nose that's been so congested without an invasive surgery. It's painless, and by the next day, you're going to be breathing much easier. Contact us. I'll help you breathe easy.
Back here at Mater Dei High School, a gorgeous fall evening on homecoming night. Jordan Dumoran ran for 4 yards, got the first down, looking for the touchdown, immediately gets wrapped up. The first touch by Giovanni Ceja, the defensive end, with his 31st tackle as flags fly here after the play. We expected this to be an emotional game. We expect it to be a physical game. More flags are flying. There is no more laundry that can be thrown on this football field, and we're only about 5 minutes into the action.
Looks like Isaiah Cook lost his helmet, getting chippy down there. This rivalry means a lot to both of these teams.
It does. You mentioned only 2 miles separating these two schools, and we'll see if we can see it here. So Dumoran on the run, gets wrapped up by a pair of Titans. And then, you saw on the left side.
Just some extracurricular activities.
It looked like a Kingston Schaff, who has 47 tackles, 12 for loss this season. Maybe getting a little too aggressive with Cook out there on the left side.
Yeah, you have to be careful post-whistle. And we've talked to coaches even earlier in the year at these big games that we cover. And they talk about not letting the moment get too big for them, controlling your emotions. And that's an example right there that the coaches for Eastlake are going to have to talk to him about.
And getting emotional early is never a good sign. Here are the calls. So personal foul on the defense. There's 2 defensive personal fouls. They're both going to go on the Titans, and this is going to set up half the distance for the Crusaders, Drew. And, you grow a toenail a little bit longer, they're in the end zone.
Yeah, a yard and a half isn't a very small task for this offense.
So, and if you're Eastlake, the margin of error is incredibly small tonight. Knowing pound for pound how difficult it is to play against this Mater Dei Catholic team, the last thing you want to do is give them free yards, and that's exactly what just happened. And now the officiating crew heading over to the Eastlake side. Jose Mendoza in his second season at the helm for Eastlake, an Eastlake team that has seen a number of coaches over the last handful of years. It's a program that saw a lot of success since 2000 and the year really 2000 until 2017. They actually made the Open Division Championship, lost to El Camino, and since then it's been sort of tough sledding up there on the hill here in Chula Vista. But a program with that much cachet, you think it shouldn't take too long or be too hard to get back to its former glory.
No, it shouldn't. And, they've had a lot of talent over the years. One guy that sticks out to me when I was playing was Tony Jefferson, if you remember that name. He played running back for Eastlake, was actually committed to UCLA as a running back, then decommitted, ended up going to Oklahoma as a strong safety. But
and then he played for the Baltimore Ravens.
And now he's currently with the LA Chargers.
Now he's with the Chargers.
So, Eastlake, they've had a lot of talent, a lot of rich history. It kind of ebbs and flows, but I think Eastlake over time, they'll be back. I really believe in Coach Mendoza. I think he's a really strong head coach. And they've had a rough start this year, but I know they want to compete here tonight.
2nd and goal from the 1. Dumoran is in the backfield. It's Purvis on the keeper. He fumbled the football, and it is recovered by the Titans. Coming away with it is Rashari Rocket Demery.
Yeah, a turnover in the red zone is very costly, especially early in the game, any time of the game. But Purvis just pulls it, does that play action I talked about earlier, stiff arm, but great job by the defender knocking the ball loose. You got to hold on to the rock, and Rocket Demery was right there to pick it up.
And Another appearance from Bernardo Cardenas, that big defensive lineman out there who got his hands on that hide, forced it loose. And Eastlake, look, you make up for it in a sense, right? You give up the penalty, you allow them to get and goal from the one, and then Cardenas comes to the rescue, stripping Cartel Purpose, and then it's recovered by Rocket Demery, and all of a sudden the Titans have the football.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great turn of events for the Titans, forcing a turnover. You want to get the ball, and if the game plan for the Titans here tonight, they have to establish the run game. They're really, really good at running the football. And this is a young defense, or a young team in general for Mater Dei Catholic. Only 12 seniors on this team. They've got a lot of young guys playing defense. And so if you're Eastlake, you just have got to run the ball and establish something on offense.
So for Eastlake, we've seen a number of quarterbacks this season, but it is Tyler Balco, the sophomore at the helm. They're going to run it on the first play and get 6 out of it. And this is what you talked about, Drew, how important it is on the ground here tonight for Eastlake.
It really is. And Kingston Schaff there with the ball carry. They like to run Will Schmitz, Kingston Schaff in between the tackles, hard-nosed power runners, and then they have some explosive players on offense. Isaiah Rodriguez that we haven't seen yet tonight, Rocket Demery, and Tyler Balco back there in the backfield, I believe, leading at quarterback. He's going to be big tonight for the Titans.
Got in as a freshman last year, now in the pistol formation this year. Just a sophomore, defense blitzing, they jumped. More defense blitzing, they jumped. And we'll see if the offense maybe... Nope, they're going to call it on the defense.
Yeah,
neutral zone or encroachment.
Encroachment, yep. Oh, great job by the offense, just calling a hard count there, trying to get them off.
And how rare is that early in the game in a high school football game where the crowd isn't really playing a part in the game to call a hard count?
Right. Well, the crowd's not loud, but the emotions are high, and,
For sure.
They're really eager to get off the ball, make a play, right, make a statement, jump off the page, so to speak. So they have to watch the football. It's right in front of their nose.
Mater Dei Catholic opened up the season with a victory, one of their 2 home games this year so far. They have not played a ton of games. This is Eastlake we're talking about, as they give it off here to Kingston Schaff, who explodes through the line for a gain of 5 on the play. They opened up their season at home against Bonita Vista. They win 34-6, and I think they were feeling pretty good, but some injuries later, and they dropped their last 5 games. More on that here in a moment.
Yeah, Kingston Schaff, tough running. They ran the same play as they did before over on the right side of the line. He's really a tough football player. He plays on both sides of the football. He was the one who got that penalty that we saw on defense against Isaiah Cook. He's got a lot of juice.
So after that opener win against Bonita Vista, 3 games on the road for Eastlake, and they lose to Capistrano Valley Del Norte as whistles blow when we're going to get a false start on the offense and set him back 2nd and 10. And then Granite Hills, a game where they put up 16 points, but by the time they got in the end zone, the Eagles really didn't have any of their starters in. Then they got shut out by Point Loma before heading out to Texas last week. They forced 3 fumbles against Brock High School, but ended up losing 49-7. Finally back at home on October 25th after going to Sweetwater next week. So there are 2 games so far at home, Bonita Vista and Point Loma. Must be difficult to have to play all these road games, especially against teams like Del Norte, Granite Hills, a team from Texas, as we know, the cachet of high school football in Texas, and then here at Mater Dei Catholic.
They've played some explosive offenses, and they've gotten down on the scoreboard, which has caused them to be one-dimensional. But if they can get ahead of the chains here and play an even game and establish a run, they have a chance here tonight.
The false start sets them back at 2nd and 10. Balco handing it off, and up the middle goes Will Schmitz. Their power back and only gets a gain of 1 out of it.
Yeah, Will Schmitz is a 2-way player, also a really good special teams player. I really like him a lot. I had a chance to watch him play against Del Norte earlier in the year. They're going to feed him the ball. We can see here right up the middle. They haven't thrown the ball once here tonight.
And I think that's the key right now, much like we saw with Purvis and the Mater Dei Catholic offense. It's run the football for the Titans and try to open up the passing game. This game will be won on the ground for the Titans. Balco has 36 completions this season for 437 yards, 3 touchdowns, but 5 interceptions. So just trying to keep him out of harm's way as much as possible is the mentality of this coaching staff. Here he is on 3rd and 7, rolling out left, pressure coming, unleashes it, and it's caught.
Dropped.
For a moment before it was dropped out of play. It was intended for Zivon Carranza. That would have been catch number 13 for him. Yeah, it looked like he had it.
It's really tough.
Right at the end there.
Right through his hands, and that's just a great job by Balco. Flowing to his left, resetting his feet, delivering an accurate pass. It's really frustrating as a quarterback when you do everything right and the guy just doesn't catch the ball.
So 4th and 7, deep in their own territory, is going to bring out the punt unit. And Eastlake was able to get the football back, but unfortunately could not capitalize. And Marcus McNeil Jr. is the returner here for Mater Dei Catholic. It's a high snap. Good kick, though, out near the... Actually, it's Laurel Parker, the returner, who grabs it on the hop out near the 50. Parker with space to the 30. Gets tripped up just shy of the 25-yard line by the punter, Jake Naiman. But a great return from Parker sets Mater Dei Catholic up quite well for drive number 2.
Laurel Parker fielded that ball well on the one hop. Does a great job getting out in space, getting north and south. And also for the Mater Dei return team to not get any penalties or blocking the back calls. Cartel Purvis in great field position. Yeah, you can see here.
That was a tough ball to pick up on that hop.
It was. This is getting up the hash, getting north and south, getting yards, setting up this offense in striking distance.
1st and 10 from the 26. And really, it's the 25. It's somewhere in between there. Purvis in the shotgun, looking to pass, looking left, loads one up to the end zone, incomplete, but he had a man. Julian Cromartie was the intended receiver.
And Julian Cromartie has had a really nice year this year. He scored a couple times on offense. That was a really great ball that was thrown by Cartel Purvis. They didn't do any play action there. They had Isaiah Cook kind of underneath, and they just took the shot down to Cromartie, just could not connect.
And the line held here pretty nicely, too.
Yeah, they gave him time to throw. A little bit of a hold right there. But, yeah, that
this
ball.
This is Eastlake Mater Dei Catholic. There's going to be a hold every play, and the officials know. You know what? Unless it's super egregious, we're going to let him play, which
it looked like it. It looked like a tackle, to be honest. But, anyways, on to the next.
This one goes to Gael Aguilar, the backup running back, and Gael is able to get a handful of yardage out of it. Stop just shy of the line to gain. It's a gain of 9 and a 3rd and 1 coming for the Crusaders.
Yeah, nice little run up the middle there. They've had a lot of success on the ground tonight. A little bit of a trap play, 51 pulls, 55 blocks down. It's a great job getting out in front, just getting yardage. Eastlake has got to be more physical at the line of scrimmage.
So 3rd and 1, back to Aguilar they go, and all he needs is that one immediately into a handful of Titans, and this one's going to be close. Right on the line is where the officials spot it. And we'll see if they elect to bring out the chain gang. I think they're calling this 4th down, Drew. It's going to be 4th and millimeters.
Yeah, great job by number 44 for Eastlake. Giovanni Sija just got off the block, used his hands, stayed square to the line of scrimmage, made the tackle. So I think they want to be aggressive here on 4th and inches at home.
3 minutes to go in the first quarter. Both teams have had the football. Neither team has scored. Mater Dei Catholic on a 4th and 1. Aguilar is the running back. Aguilar takes the handoff, loses his footing, and Eastlake believes they got the stop, and the officials concur. Another stop for the Titans on defense, and they'll get the football back on their own 21-yard line.
This has got to be frustrating for Mater Dei. It looks like he lost his footing, but David Bronco was there to meet him in the backfield. Kingston Schaff using his hands as well. Right there, drop behind the line of scrimmage. This creates a lot of confidence if you're Eastlake. You're on the road, 2 big stops in your territory. For an offense that has done a lot of explosive plays here against, some good teams.
Yeah, we've seen a pretty conservative approach for Coach Cook's offense so far. We saw one shot to the end zone that was unsuccessful, but Eastlake's got to feel pretty good. A fumble and a stop on 4th down. Now it's about how can you find a way to move the football. Balco is out there in the shotgun, and they're going to hand it off right up the middle, and into the pile goes Will Schmitz. And a good stand there from the defensive line stifles that run after a gain of 3.
Yeah, this Mater Dei defense, a lot of young guys here. Looks like they're anchored in the middle by number 66, Jeffrey Adams. He's a freshman.
A huge freshman.
Playing varsity. Double teamed, gets off the block, and makes the assisted tackle there. And number 52, Anthony Lopez, also in on the play. So, yeah, I talked to Rashard Cook, head coach Rashard Cook, earlier this week, like I mentioned. A lot of young guys here on this team, and they're playing a lot of freshmen here on varsity.
Just 12 seniors for Mater Dei Catholic. 3 freshmen on the offensive line, 2 freshmen on the defensive line. Here's a sweep to Schmitz out left. That's a short side of the field. It's going to go for a gain of 3 and set up a 3rd and 4.
Third and manageable here for Eastlake. we haven't seen many passes, right? We've seen that one pass, but you can see here Will Schmitz dodging a couple defenders, getting north and south. Good job by Mater Dei getting him out of bounds, limited yardage. But we've only seen one pass tonight so far.
And funny enough, that pass should have been caught.
Really should have. Yeah, went right through his hands, and I think we could really see anything here on 3rd and 4. Possible play action, maybe Rocket Demery on the bottom of your screen.
90 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Balco in the shotgun, 4 wide. On the move goes Zivon Carranza, and they're going to lob it to him in space, and Carranza gets the first down and some change out near the 30. Whistles blow, and we're going to get a personal foul chop block on the defense. Boy, that was a quick call by the backfield judge. So not only does Carranza get the first down, but a personal foul on the Crusaders is called.
A nice little swing pass here to Carranza. Great job catching the football. I didn't really see that chop block, but Isaiah Cook with a monstrous tackle, tackling him out of bounds.
Coach Mendoza and his coaching staff just playing chess out here tonight.
And you have to. I mean, if you're not athletically toe-to-toe, you got to mix it up. You got to keep the defense on your heels. They're trying to play smash mouth football, running the ball a lot. Had some success, right? 3 or 4 yards here on the ground. And I think that's the game plan for Eastlake. Just run the ball, control the clock, and keep that explosive offense on Mater Dei off the field.
15 yards from the end of the play is where the penalty puts Eastlake. They are approaching Crusader territory, 1st and 10 from their own 44. Defense looking the blitz. Balco looking to pass, lobs one near side, and it is hauled in. What a grab. That's Rocket Demery, a name that you will remember by the end of this night with a huge haul in opponent territory.
That was an incredible display of athleticism by Rocket Demery. Locating the football. Balco take 1, 2, 3, up in the air, just lets his guy go get it. Locating the ball, adjusting over the shoulder. What a grab. That deserves to be on a highlight reel.
Matt Carr was in coverage, and you could see he turned his head and just tried to swipe at the hands, and Demery with the wherewithal and the concentration to bring that football in. Eastlake is on the move, and the Titans are driving. 1st and 10 from the Crusaders' 32. Crusaders with a sideline warning. Will Schmitz able to break loose up the middle. Goes Schmitz out near the 10-yard line. Oh, actually, excuse me, it was Balco who kept it through the middle. And Balco is fired up right now as flags are flying.
I think Balco, like I mentioned earlier, he makes a huge difference for this offense. He just pulls the ball away from Schmitz there. Everyone collapses down on Schmitz.
I also clamped down on Schmitz right there.
Yeah, and he runs up straight through the middle. This is a great job.
We're going to get on sportsmanlike conducts on Eastlake.
But, you know, when you establish that run game and with Schmitz and Kingston Shaft and other guys running the football, the defense swarms and honors it, and Balco was able to pull it. He didn't get touched till he was about 15 or so yards down the field.
Unfortunately, due to the unsportsmanlike conduct, that football comes all the way back and retroactively goes for a gain of about 5 on the play. Boy, mistakes here for both teams plaguing this game with 38 seconds to go in the first quarter. Tyler Balco, just a sophomore. Actually, they're going to give him the first down. But instead of it being at the 10-yard line, it's going to be 1st and 10 near the 25 at the 26. Schmitz, the running back. Balco, the quarterback. On the move goes Carranza. And defense on the screen pass gives some room here to Schmitz, who hurdles one defender and barrels his way through a few more right at that line to gain. And we'll see if they give them the first down, but another good play here offensively.
I love that play call. Just a wide receiver screen. Defense is really chasing after the quarterback. Schmitz goes north and south. He can really take a few hits. Falling forward every single play. I'm really impressed with Eastlake on this drive. Running the ball, gets explosive play down the field with Rocket Demery, now putting them in position in the red zone.
That's going to be end of the first quarter. It's going to be 2nd and, 0.1 when the second quarter begins. 0-0 between the Crusaders and the Titans at the South Bay skirmish, and you're watching it on Yurview. Brought to you by Palomar Health.
Yurview celebrates Hispanic Heritage Month, celebrating culture, celebrating diversity, celebrating influence, strength, and achievement. Join us as we share compelling stories about individuals with Hispanic or Latino heritage, renowned artists who embrace their heritage and inspire fans all over the world, athletes and coaches who lifted their sports to new heights and paved the way for future generations of athletes. Celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month with Yurview.
Sometimes people create their own perceptions of what I can and can't do.
There are millions of people like me. They are overlooked and underestimated.
It's my thing to feel. I don't want someone else to tell me how I should feel.
People made me have different views on it, but I learned my version of autism and I embraced that.
It takes a lot to be able to get to the pride part of disability because we live in an ableist society.
It doesn't matter the disability that you have. You have to love it and you have to love yourself.
It took me a while to understand that I'm one of a kind.
I have a mind, I have a heart, I have a passion.
I'm very proud to be myself.
Unique.
Lovable.
Awesome.
Kind.
It's who I am, sitting or standing.
Disability pride matters to me.
Say disability.
Say disability.
Say disability.
With pride.
With pride. Say disability.
With pride.
A South Bay supremacy battle here at Mater Dei. 12 minutes in the books. 12 more minutes on the clock here for quarter number 2. Drew Ferris, Jonathan Rifkin, our entire Yurview crew on hand. The University of San Diego is proud to be celebrating its 75th anniversary. USD is now accepting applications. Learn more about USD Life as a Torero and how they are leading the way with love and lighting the way forward. Visit sandiego.edu/become a Torero. Out of the quarter break, Will Schmitz, the initial touch, gets the first down. It was just 2nd and 1. And at the 14-yard line is where Eastlake will get the first down.
And Eastlake putting together an impressive drive. This would be a huge statement here if they can get some points. But Will Schmitz just up the middle of the field. It's a great job by the O-line, opening up a hole and allowing him to get positive yardage.
Eastlake first opportunity in the Crusader red zone. Both teams have had the ball twice. Mater Dei Catholic fumbled the football on their own 1-yard line. And then were stopped on a 4th and 2. Eastlake had to punt their first time out, and they are driving on drive number 2. 1st and 10, defense looking to blitz. Balco with another hard count, flags fly, and a false start is going to be called.
A delay game.
A delay game.
It's hard to tell because there's no play clock.
Well, they keep it on the field.
Right, they keep it on the field, but there's no play clock that's
right,
being
in the stadium.
advertised. Yeah.
Why don't you count for us?
You're the mathematician here,
No,
Jonathan.
we have established, if you've been with us for all of our game time on Yurview games, you would know that that might not be the truest statement. 1st and 15. Haven't seen any of number 6, Isaiah Rodriguez, yet for the Eastlake offense. They're going to the end zone. It's a fade to the back and incomplete. The intended target was Ivan Carranza looking for his 2nd touchdown of the season, and it's going to be a 2nd and 15 here.
Noah Cook with some nice coverage there. That's Rashard Cook's other son here playing for the Crusaders. Balco looks, you know what? He overthrows his receiver a little bit.
Almost catchable. If you're like Odell Beckham Jr.
Right. But you know what? I'd rather see an overthrow than an underthrow interception. Just cannot turn the ball over on the road here in a big rivalry game like this.
Balco in his 5th game now here for the Titans. Did not play in that Del Norte game. One game that he has sat out so far. Here's a sweep run far side, or rather near side for Schmitz out across the 15 to the 14. And it'll make it a 3rd and 11.
Yeah, stout job by the Crusader defense. You can see everyone's flowing to the right side, just trying to find a crease. It's a great job by Mater Dei, closing in, gang tackling there. A lot of Crusaders, a lot of gold helmets on that football.
Noah Cook, the lead tackler there. By the way, a funny note here about Tyler Balco, the quarterback. Coach Rasheed Rice on the, Richard Cook. Sorry, I don't know why
Rashard Cook.
You know why? It's because he got injured and he's in fantasy. Okay,
right.
Rashard Cook actually coached Tyler Balco back in his youth days.
He did.
A natural connection here between the quarterback for Eastlake and the coach for Mater Dei Catholic. Here's Isaiah Rodriguez, big number 6 with his first catch, and it goes backwards for a huge loss on the play. Jordan Dumoulin leading the charge for the Crusaders, and it's going to be 4th and very long for the Titans.
Jordan Dumoulin, great two-way player, just reads it the whole way. It was a really good pitch and catch, but he just form tackles him, wraps up, and waits for his Crusader friends to join him. That's a great job spilling that and wrapping up and making the play.
A loss of 7 is going to set up a very long field goal attempt. The ball is at the 21. This will be a 38-yarder. Jake Naiman is the kicker. We'll see if he can put it through. Trying to give the Titans the first lead of this game. 38-yarder is up. And just shy out left. No good. So the Crusaders with a defensive stand of their own. And we continue on here 0-0 in the second quarter.
That's a huge confidence boost for the Crusaders after giving up what seemed to be a really impressive drive by Eastlake, stalled by the Crusaders.
And you got to think, Drew, that flag after the keeper by Balco that would have set them up deep in Crusader territory changed the tone of that drive.
It really did. And when you have a penalty of that magnitude, delaying your offense, putting your offense in the opposite direction where you're trying to go, it's a real killer.
So the Crusaders take over on their own 20. Purvis hands it off. On the move goes Gael Aguilar. His third carry tonight goes for a gain of 1.
Yeah, they flashed a little wide receiver screen, fake out to Isaiah Cook, but ran the ball up the middle for a short gain.
Tyrell Flores, the leading tackler there, his 27th for the senior middle linebacker on the season for the Titans. These two teams, this is the Metro Mesa opener. Both continue on next week at Sweetwater for the Titans. Crusaders host Otay Ranch. Then they have a non-league game against Grossmont. That is going to be a battle between Crusaders and a Hilltopper team that has a really prolific offense. Both teams, though, hoping to open up Metro Mesa League here tonight with a win. Purvis looking to throw and does complete it to Laurel Parker, who breaks loose. Parker staying on his feet out across the 45 is where he's laid to rest. But a beautiful gain of 25 here for Laurel Parker and the Crusader offense.
Laurel Parker, really dynamic play here. Purvis just puts the ball right on the money, right in stride, makes a guy miss. Gets up north and south, puts his foot in the ground. This is a great individual effort by Parker. Really impressed with him tonight.
And the footwork right there to break multiple ankles. En route to the 45-yard line. 1st and 10 nearing the Titan side of the field. Purvis looking to pass again. Quick pitch, quick catch, far side, complete. Jeremiah King. And actually, check that. That's Makai Alua, the junior wide receiver, getting an early reception here tonight. Just his 2nd of the season.
Yeah, they're doing a nice job spreading the ball around, and you can kind of see them opening up the playbook a little bit, not just running the ball up the middle, right, with Jordan Dumoulin, but they're actually spreading the ball around to Parker and now Alua.
2nd and 5 after the gain of 5. Aguilar is the running back. Takes the carry from Purvis and immediately gets stopped on a hand. Was Kingston Schaff popping it in there and disrupting the run, but still 2 were gained out of it. It's going to be 3rd and 3.
Yeah, 3rd and 3 here, round around midfield. A lot to choose from on offense in terms of play call possibilities.
Schaff has been very active. He leads the team in tackles for loss and sacks. A senior defensive end. Also getting in as a running back for Eastlake, a dynamic two-way player. 3rd and 3. Purvis elects to hand it off. Here comes Dumoulin chugging through the middle and pushing those sticks for a 1st down.
He's really a shifty runner, Dumoulin, and he's a tough kid, and I like his running style. Just puts a foot in the ground, makes contact, gets enough yards for a 1st down. It's a great play call.
The offensive line continuing to provide opportunities. Really nice pivot right there on the right side for Dumoulin to set up the space to get that first down.
And giving Isaiah Cook some credit, he had a nice block on that play too.
1st and 10 in Titan territory. You see the trio of wide receivers. Purvis rolling out that way, running out of space, lobs a knuckleball, and it's complete to Parker right at the line to gain. I have no idea how Parker reeled that one in. He has 4 receptions tonight, and he has been electric in the first half.
That was a really impressive run, or excuse me, even throw by Cartel Purvis. Kind of Mahomes-esque, right? Putting the foot in the ground, side arms it against his body. Very impressive throw.
Look like a knuckle curve you're going to see tomorrow at Dodger Stadium on the Padres side of things. 2nd and 1. Purvis to Dumoulin. Up the middle, greeted immediately at the line, and we'll see if he got enough. Immediately on the tackle here for Eastlake was Kingston Schaff. Another one for him on this drive, and that will be a first down nonetheless.
Yeah, Kingston Schaff, he's been all over the field tonight. Running the ball as well. You can tell he's a little gassed right now. He's got to control your breathing, and if you're Eastlake, you've got to put a foot in the ground and get some big plays here to stop them from getting in the red zone.
Nice turnout here at Mater Dei Catholic. It is homecoming night. They're going to crown the homecoming court at halftime. An honor I was never provided with. Purvis looking to the end zone. He has Julian Cromartie and just eludes him a little too far. Second time he's overthrown Cromartie in the end zone.
Couldn't quite connect there. He had a couple guys open on that play. But you can just see, even though it wasn't a completion, Cartel Purvis has really great arm strength. He has really nice touch on the ball. He's shown it a few times this drive. He just steps back and throws and just couldn't quite connect. Off the fingernails of Cromartie.
Right there. Just maybe a little bit more under it. Give him an extra step to get under that football. 2nd and 10. The positive for Eastlake's defense a week ago in the 49-7 loss in Texas. They forced 3 fumbles. Just cannot capitalize. Quick pitch, quick catch. 25, maybe the 24. And it is Parker again, the 3rd reception of this drive for him.
Parker is kind of like that security blanket for Cartel Purvis underneath, right? He's really crafty. He does a lot of great slants and underneath routes, and it makes that confidence there for Cartel. And it also allows those linebackers to really crash down and those safeties to creep up to hopefully get that explosive play down the field.
Gain of 8, 3rd and 2. Jordan Dumoulin, the running back, looking for the first down. He got it right through the extended arms of Kingston Schaff to give it to the Crusaders. It's going to be 1st and 10 from the 21.5.
Yeah, I really think they're going to get this ball in the end zone here, but I think Purvis is going to dial up something here. I know they're spreading the ball out a lot on offense, trying to get the ball to their playmakers. Fresh set of downs.
Diego De La Vega was the final tackler there. Play action. Pass is complete. This is Mikhail Lua. 2nd reception of the night, and he's able to bring it inside the 10. Give him a gain of 14 on the play, and Mater Dei will be and goal here, threatening for the first score tonight.
Yeah, big PJ Paula Latu, the freshman out there making the block. That was a great job springing him forward.
If I'm on Isaiah Rodriguez, I'm running the other way. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to hit a brick wall en route to making a stop. 1st and 10, ball is at the 7. Purvis back of the end zone, and it's broken up expertly by Isaiah Rodriguez. It was intended for Cromartie.
That was a great defensive play by Rodriguez. At the last minute, he puts his hand up here. You'll see Purvis, quick step, throw. Left hand gets right in there. Probably surprised Cromartie there. Thought he was going to catch the ball.
Rodriguez leading the team with 2 interceptions so far. Leading receiver returning, leading tackler returning for an Eastlake team from a season ago. 2nd and 10. Purvis still looking. This time it's a dart, splitting defenders, and it's incomplete. It was broken up right there by Jacob Gonzalez.
Jacob Gonzalez, he's going to have a hard time sleeping tonight knowing he dropped that easy pick, possible pick 6. I mean, look,
Actually, excuse me, Jacob Gonzalez is 14 on the other side. That's Hamza Hazahet.
Excuse me,
who
Hamza
is the one
Hazahet. Exactly,
who
yeah.
broke it up. He's gotten a little bit of quarterback time this season as
He
well.
has. He's a good athlete, but yeah, he's going to have a tough time. Hamza Hazahet is going to have a tough time sleeping tonight, dropping that one.
3rd and 10. Purvis has thrown both times here an and goal. Rolling out right, running out of space, has to heave one to the back, has a man. And Dumoulin able to secure it for the touchdown.
Good for 8 yards.
Jordan Dumoulin, the 7-yard touchdown reception, his first receiving touchdown of the season. And the Crusaders strike first at 6-0, pending the PAT.
What a great job by Purvis, rolling to his right, fading away, about to get tackled, and Dumoulin just sneaks into the corner of the end zone. Great individual effort by Dumoulin to connect on that.
Angel Mendoza looking to put the cherry on top of that drive.
Number 31, Angel Mendoza.
Just 3:07 to go here in the second quarter, and that's the first score of the game. That one almost blocked as well, but the PAT is good, and it's 7-0 Mater Dei Catholic here in the rivalry. Can Eastlake respond through the final 3:07 of this first half? We will find out. You're watching Game Time on Yurview, brought to you by Palomar Health.
Disability is not a dirty word.
It takes a lot to be able to get to the pride part of disability because we live in an ableist society.
There are millions of people like me. They are overlooked and underestimated.
I have a mind, I have a heart, I have a passion.
It's who I am, whether I'm sitting or standing.
If I didn't have the disability, I wouldn't be the person that I am today.
Say disability.
With pride.
Murray Lampert is San Diego's leader in building quality and stylish ADUs through the ease of the design-build process.
ADUs are investments that allow you to move your family closer, provide a comfortable place for a loved one to stay in later years, or even gain income as a rental property.
The Murray Lampert design-build process is the all-inclusive, homeowner's peace of mind way to build. Our family, your home. That's the Murray Lampert experience.
3:07 to go here in the second quarter. In the first half, Drew Ferris, Jonathan Rifkin, our entire Yurview crew on hand with you. No matter how you're watching or where you are watching, we appreciate you making us a part of your Friday evening plans. The kick is up. Post the touchdown taken by Will Schmitz out at the 5, and he gets tripped up just shy of the 20. And Mater Dei Catholic is fired up after the touchdown drive, capped off by Jordan Dumoulin touchdown reception.
Makai Alua, nice tackle job there on Will Schmitz on the kickoff return. Let's see what Eastlake can do with it now. They're down 7-0. They're still very much in this ball game. They've had great offensive drives.
And 2 caveats here on this drive. Eastlake trailing, clock management important, but they do receive the second half kickoff. So if you walk away on this drive with points, Drew, you're actually setting yourself up really well to open up the second half, but you got to get there first. Tyler Balco back in the pistol, has a man on the move. That's Isaiah Rodriguez. They hand it off to Will Schmitz, who breaks one tackle right through the pile and gets a gain of 4 out of it.
Nice job by Will Schmitz here. Kind of battling the clock. It's under 3 minutes now. They're deep in their own territory. We've seen a few explosive plays for them. But if they want to get points before half, they've got to make some throws downfield.
Balco does have a completed pass so far tonight. In of 22 by Rocket Demery, who you think they've been trying to get a little bit more involved here offensively. It's been quite a conservative approach for Coach Jose Mendoza in this offense. Schmidt's going to take the carry again on the wide side of the field, staying on his feet for a moment before being tripped up and getting a gain of 2 out of it. It's going to set up a 3rd and short.
Yeah, on that, Jonathan, I think Rocket Demery, outside of that one big pass he had downfield, that catch, excuse me, we haven't seen a lot of him. I would like to see him more in space in the screen game, short passing game. He's too explosive to not get the ball in his hands.
Under 2 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Perhaps the quickest first half that we have been a part of so far in this high school season. Pistol formation for Balcos, 3rd and 2. Schmitz is the running back. Schmitz gets the carry. Up the middle he goes, staying on his feet, out across the 35 to the 40. And just thereafter is where he's taken down. They're actually going to give him the courtesy of getting to the 40, and after a nice gain and a move of the sticks, Eastlake has a first down.
Yeah, first down, Eastlake. Will Schmidt's doing a nice job getting the ball out there. Looks like they're doing hurry-up offense here.
Gain of 12 on the run. Backup running backs in. Balco looking to pass. Gets a block. Has a man. It's caught. Rodriguez getting maybe 2 out of it with forward progress. We'll see how giving these officials feel like, and yeah, they're going to give him 2.
Yeah, he stayed in bounds there, causing the clock to run.
And now we have about 60 seconds to go. Hurry-up offense in effect. Balco is by himself. 5 wide spread around him. Plenty of options. Line is holding. Quick pitch, quick catch. This one is reeled in by Shaheen Lair, the sophomore, with his first reception. And actually, they're going to say he didn't hold on. It's incomplete.
Yeah, you really have under 1 minute right now, just north of 45 seconds.
Got to get a big play off here, Drew. Already missed a 38-yard field goal tonight. Field goal range probably around the 15-yard line for Eastlake to be safe.
And we've seen Mater Dei have a few returns on special teams earlier in the season against good teams for touchdowns. So they might be looking to set up a punt return right here on the next play if they stop them.
Mater Dei put up 28 points against Cathedral Catholic and 28 points against Granite Hills. They lost both those games 56-28. 3rd and 8 with 45 to go. Balco. 3rd and 8. Floats one up. Dangerous pass, incomplete. It was intended for Isaiah Rodriguez, and Zivan Carranza was in coverage. Oh, check that. And I know a Cook was in coverage.
We got laundry on the field, Jonathan. Might be a taunt on possibly a taunt on number 7, Javon Jackson for Mater Dei.
This would be the second time we have seen a productive play that could completely blow things up. Balco was able to break away for a huge run that was called back after a taunting penalty. I mean, it wasn't called back, but it wasn't inside the 10 where he was stopped. And, yep, this one is an unsportsmanlike penalty on the Crusaders. This is the 4th unsportsmanlike penalty that we have seen here in the first half. And Eastlake, who is sitting on a 4th and 8, now with 41 seconds to go, Drew, is going to be in opponent territory and gets a fresh set of downs.
This has got to be really frustrating if you're Rashard Cook and these Crusaders. Rashard Cook's talking with the head referee right now.
Coach Cook, a San Diego native, a Morris High School alum, went to USC, drafted in 1999 by the Bears. In the 6th round, he was traded to the Eagles, where he played from 99 to 2004. In his career, 5 forced fumbles and 2 interceptions. Not too bad in a 5-year stint with Philadelphia.
Not bad for a Trojan, right, Jonathan?
Well, I'm a Duck and you're a Gator, so I don't know how much grace we're going to give to Coach Cook on that one.
Right. A great player in his day.
1st and 10 from the 41. Defense looking to blitz. Now they fall back. Balco chased out right, running out of options, running out of time. Keeps it out to the 30. Balco goes, spinning his way, swerving through traffic, taken down at the 20. It's a gain of 24 for Tyler Balco. Eastlake calls a timeout, and they're in the red zone.
What an incredible play by Tyler Balco. I've been really big on this kid. And I'm telling you, when he's in the game, it completely changes the offense. What a great individual effort. Balco, eyes downfield. Crusader defenders screaming down his neck. He just takes it and takes off.
Look at this move right here. Boop.
Whoop. Whoop. Great job by Balco, hanging on to the football and getting his team in position to make a play late in this second quarter.
Just a sophomore and the wherewithal. The defense showed blitz. They pulled it back. They rushed 4. Everybody else sold out defending downfield. It opened up the wide side, and Balco took advantage. That is some high-quality poise by the sophomore quarterback.
It really is. And you had the Crusaders coming up to the football, but again, he just put his foot in the ground, made a couple guys miss. Great decision not to throw the football and turn the ball over and get his team right there on the 25-yard line.
So with 29 seconds to go, it was the first of the 3 used here by the Titans and Coach Jose Mendoza. Second season in the Eastlake blue and white. And we'll see here if he can draw something up to set this team up with 29 seconds to go. As we mentioned at the beginning of the drive, Eastlake will return the second half kickoff. So a score here, or even 3 points, could really boost their momentum. 1st and 10 from the 20. Balco continuing to remain alone. Empty set here for the sophomore quarterback. Line holds, has a man. It's caught. Isaiah Rodriguez just past the 15 to the 12. And it's going to set up a 2nd and 2 here as the clock stops.
Yeah, the Crusaders are playing a little bit of a safe look, only bringing about 4 guys. And Rodriguez, great job, just concentration, keeping a foot in bounds, catching the ball, getting out of bounds, and stopping the clock.
This is the most poise we have seen from an Eastlake offense, I think, so far this season, Drew. Maybe since that first game against Bonita Vista, but this is a team who is hungry for a win. They know how important this game is in the rivalry, not only for, local bragging rights, but it's a league game.
Definitely.
A lot on the line here, and the Titans are playing like it. 2nd and 2, Balco looking towards the middle, and it is hauled in. Zivan Carranza with his 4th reception. And actually, so the catch was made and the timeout was called. It's going to be 1st and goal from the 4 for Eastlake. When we come back, 18 seconds to go here in the first half, and the Titans are looking to punch it in. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Game Time on Yurview, brought to you by Palomar Health.
Did you know 1/4 of all school bus injuries happen during boarding and exiting? Teach your kids to follow safety rules. And drivers, always stop for those flashing school bus lights. Let's all make school bus safety a priority.
At Procopio, we believe in giving back to our community. We honor that commitment by supporting more than 200 nonprofit, educational, trade, and cultural organizations throughout the region. Procopio, we're a law firm committed to our clients and our community.
The stadium lights, the roar of the crowd, the heart and character displayed, and the brotherhood forged on the field. One play can shift the momentum. This is more than a game. It's Game Time High School football.
Brought to you by Palomar Health. Champions aren't created overnight. They're created through practice, determination, and dedication. Palomar Health. Champions of healthcare. Champions for you.
1st and goal from the 4. The Titans had a 4th down at midfield, but after an unsportsmanlike conduct on the Crusaders, they got a fresh set of downs on the Mater Dei Catholic side, and Tyler Balco has been masterful leading his team down the field and setting them up for a potential touchdown. Nearing the end of the first half, here comes Will Schmitz, eyeing the end zone, carrying the pile. Is he in? He is in. Touchdown, Titans. A 4-yard rush for William Schmitz, his 2nd rushing touchdown of the season, and the Titans are a PAT away from tying this thing up.
Looks like we got some dirty laundry on the field.
I can't say I'm shocked, Drew.
We'll see who this is on. It looks like it's going against Eastlake.
Yeah, they're consulting with the Mater Dei Catholic sideline. Yep, unsportsmanlike conduct.
Might be after the touchdown scored, though.
The touchdown's going to stand. It's going to be enforced.
Maybe on the extra point.
On the PAT, which makes things a little bit more interesting, Drew, because they need that PAT to tie this thing up.
They really do, but that was a really fitting way for that drive to end. William Schmitz, he started this drive off for the Titans. Balco moving the ball down the field consistently, making a few crucial throws and key throws to get Schmitz in position to run that ball in. That was a beautiful drive by the Titans, and they finished it with points.
This is going to be a very long PAT. And we'll see if Jake Naiman has the leg for it. 11 seconds to go in the first half, looking for the tie. The Titans will receive the second half kickoff. The holder is Hamza Hatahet, backup quarterback and defensive back. PAT is up and it's blocked right into the line. Mater Dei Catholic capitalizes, and they maintain a 1-point lead, 7-6 with 11 seconds to go. And Drew, you're a special teams guy. That's got to hurt a little bit.
Right in the heart for me to witness that. It's really tough, but that point difference right now, it's tough.
And we're going to step aside real quick here. 7-6, Crusaders lead by 1, 11 seconds to go. It's Game Time on Yurview, brought to you by Palomar Health.
The stadium lights, the roar of the crowd, the heart and character displayed, and the brotherhood forged on the field. One play can shift the momentum. This is more than a game. It's Game Time High School football.
Brought to you by Palomar Health. Champions aren't created overnight. They're created through practice, determination, and dedication. Palomar Health. Champions of healthcare. Champions for you.
If you're having trouble breathing, if you're having a lot of sinus infections, if your nose is dripping like a faucet, I can help you breathe easy. I'm Dr. Shaw, Palomar Health ear, nose, and throat surgeon. In less than an hour, we'll unplug that nose that's been so congested without an invasive surgery. It's painless. And by the next day, you're going to be breathing much easier. Contact us. I'll help you breathe easy.
So some trickery after our break here. A kickoff for the Titans after they had their PAT blocked. It's 7-6 with 9 seconds to go. And Coach Mendoza decides to pull a rabbit out of the hat. Naaman with an onside kick that gets recovered by the Titans. How about that, Drew?
Love to see that. Really aggressive call by the head coach over there.
Now the question is, obviously the goal here is to suck the momentum away from the Crusaders, but with 9 seconds to go, it's going to take a lot to get some points.
Just don't throw an interception. Might be a big punt return for them.
Tyler Balco, we've seen the arm unleashed twice so far tonight. It's 1st and 10 from their own 49. They go backwards. Isaiah Rodriguez, check that. That's actually Rocket Demery running backwards and now up the field. Demery through the middle. Demery with some blocks. Demery to the 30. Rocket Demery, as flags soar, is spinning and finally taken down at the 24-yard line. We're going to get either a hold or an illegal block in the back. The time did expire. And we'll see what the call is here. I don't know if the half can end on a flag. Both teams, though, believe that the half is over. The flag will likely not matter. But they decided to go to Rocket Demery to try to work his magic.
I believe it's on Eastlake, and Mater Dei will decline.
It's unsportsmanlike conduct. That flag came in before the play was over, and they called unsportsmanlike conduct. So the penalty might end up being enforced in the second half on the kickoff. Here's Rocket Demery again. Looked like he was going to throw.
Possible throwback to Balco.
But look at the athleticism right here. Doesn't even have the mouthpiece in.
Well, this is what you want to see if you're Eastlake, getting Rocket Demery in space more in this second half. You know, they got to get him moving up and down the field, getting the ball in space, over the middle. We've seen him get one big explosive play down the field with the catch, but look for him to get more touches in the second half.
And we got the breast cancer awareness shark in the crowd as well tonight, hyping up the Mater Dei Catholic faithful on homecoming night. The story of the first half, 2 touchdowns, but really marred by flags, Drew, as both these teams have their sights set on a victory here in the South Bay brawl between Mater Dei Catholic and Eastlake. It's halftime, and we'll step aside. The Crusaders lead by 1. You're watching Game Time on Yurview, brought to you by Palomar Health.
San Diego is a special place, and Saquon takes tremendous pride in working with so many across the region to help build a stronger community. From high-profile partners and vital organizations who always extend a helping hand to key civic groups that enrich our lives, Sequan supports all aspects of the community and proudly partners with so many important organizations and landmark institutions. Because if it's important to San Diegans, it's important to Sequan.
It fills us with so much pride and honor that you bring excellence every single day. Thank you for all that you do, Miss Sexteen.
I wouldn't be able to be here without such a supportive team. And I want to say thank you to all of you. Thank you, much gratitude and reciprocity. Thank you so much.
All right, let's hear it for Miss Sexteen, Teacher of the Year.
Halftime on homecoming night, a gorgeous fall evening in Chula Vista Mater Dei Catholic with a 1-point lead on Eastlake, 7-6 here at halftime. Education lays the foundation for progress, and teachers are the brilliant minds designing our future. They ignite curiosity, mentor, and empower students to aim high and realize their dreams. Cox Salute to Teachers celebrates the 2024-25 San Diego County Teachers of the Year. One of the 5 teachers selected this year is Maria Miller of Morris High School in the San Diego Unified School District. As an English teacher, Maria passionately encourages her students to use their voices and embrace the power of expression through poetry.
My name is Maria Miller. I teach English to 10th and 11th graders at Morris High School.
You're one of the 5 Teachers of the Year for the San Diego County. Congratulations.
I teach out of passion. I teach out of love. I teach because I think education empowers. But more than anything, it is about me giving back to a community very similar to where I grew up in. And I believe that teaching, learning, education is truly the gateway for many of our students to find themselves, to uplift themselves and their communities.
When I first interviewed her, there was something special about her. There was a spark in her eye. She is always friendly. She's always trying to build a culture here at Morris High School amongst the students as well as the staff. She has a little board outside her classroom that is like a welcoming statement, so that when you walk into her classroom, you know you're going to feel the love and support, not just from the teacher, but also from your peers.
I'll describe Ms. Miller as one of those teachers who you could really feel safe around. She's like a mom. You could really just lean on her for anything. She'll be there.
When you're in her class, you're learning, but you're also learning how to be yourself outside of school. And she'll try to keep it real with you in order to just navigate through life, navigate through high school.
I want the students that walk into my classroom to know that our zip code does not define us, our gender. Wherever we identify, it's only the beginning. It doesn't mean that it's our entire narrative, nor is it our end game.
If you could describe the whole poetry slam.
It started off years ago as a poetry appreciation.
The first time I saw this happen with my colleagues, we were awestruck, telling ourselves we need to step up our game. How did Mrs. Miller get these students to do this in front of their peers?
Because they're in a presentation mode, the students are they become like another persona, and they feel like, okay, I can express myself, I could say this.
That's over the future for too long, forgetting to savor our time.
It's not something that's forced for a grade. Real passion on issues that they picked themselves.
That was probably one of my favorite parts of the class. To know that maybe we weren't fixing the problem globally, but we were addressing it to our peers.
Every day that I come, it is a privilege. I see your faces every single day, and you know why we're here, right? We're here to uplift our community, and we uplift one another.
Good morning, CPL.
Cable pipe and leak detection has been in business since 1976. We locate underground utilities and water leaks. We work with homeowners, we work with businesses, we work with architects, contractors, electricians, plumbers.
I've been working for this company for 16 years. You know, it's a family-owned company, which means a lot because the owners, they care about the employees.
As we've grown, you become more thankful, I think, for what you've got, and I think we're now in that process where we want to give back a little bit more.
It's important to work for a company that volunteers their time to the community and different services. Not only do you get to go to work, but you get to help out people.
Their core values really mirror institutions like the Boys and Girls Club do and provide for the community. And they do it with an open heart. And they do what they do with very little recognition.
We're adopting dogs from local shelters, training them for post-9/11 combat veterans, and we're able to donate these trained dogs to deserving veterans in need. Shelter to Soldier is a nonprofit, and we're able to do the work that we do because of you, the community.
Brought to you by Honor Buick GMC in National City. Honor is more than just a word. It's the way we do business.
Into construction, remodeling, or thinking about building an ADU? You're going to love Our Family, Your Home Second Story. You'll see many of the Murray Lampert Design, Build, Remodel team in action, from design, build, and financing tips to project management. This fourth-generation, family-owned and operated San Diego company has been serving the community for almost 50 years. When you see some of their awesome ADUs, you'll know why. Right here on Yurview, Tuesdays and Thursdays at 8:30 p.m.
Halftime here at Mater Dei Catholic, 7-6. The Crusaders lead the Titans in the South Bay skirmish, the opener of Metro Mesa League play, and a rivalry here in Chula Vista. The Titans will receive the second half kickoff coming up here in a couple of minutes, but from classics to horrors to modern day frights, we've got something to scare the living daylights out of some and entertain anyone. Prepare yourselves for a frightfully good time with our curated collection of films that will leave you haunted long after the credits roll. Join us as we celebrate Fall Fright Fest through October 30th with special family-friendly Halloween-themed programming only on Yurview.
Fall has arrived, and with it, a chilling invitation to a spooktacular celebration. Fall Fright Fest on Yurview. From classic horrors to modern-day frights, we've got something to scare the living daylights out of you. Prepare yourselves for a frightfully good time with a curated collection of films that'll leave you haunted long after the credits roll. Enjoy a spine-tingling October with Fall Fright Fest on Yurview.
I have the distinct honor and privilege of announcing that you are one of our 5 county teachers of the year.
Yes.
Congratulations.
We appreciate you. You're an amazing teacher. This is a well-deserved award.
Thank you so much, Mr. Barnes. Thank you. That's amazing. This is really, really special, so thank you. And you're the reason I do this and why I'm still in the classroom and I know you do a great job, but like this is where I need to be with you all still. And it means the world, and the work we do is so important that any kid knows they can do calculus. Thank you all so much.
Awesome.
Amazing. Thank you. Yes.
On Locally 101, we highlight the best that California has to offer. Join us for the adventure. Meet interesting people. Discover new places to visit and things to do. All on Locally 101. Brought to you by Cable Pipe and Leak. Since 1976, the company contractors trust for underground leak detection and utility locating. Visit cpldetection.com.
Tell me a story
again, Grandpa.
Okay, there was once a little girl who who was fearless. She protected the whole village, and she never backed down. She was my champion. And when she grew up, she joined a group of other heroes to protect the world. The world-class medical team at Palomar Health. Because they are the champions of healthcare.
Mommy!
And champions for you.
Mater Dei Catholic on a gorgeous October evening. Fall is in the air and midseason football is in full swing. Drew Ferris, Jonathan Rifkin, all of our friends here at Yurview along for the ride with us. 7-6, Drew. I don't know if this is exactly the way we thought this game was going to go.
Well, the first half, it's not exactly the way we thought. I think in the second half, we're going to see a lot more explosive plays. Should be a fun one to watch here in the second half.
It's been a fun one. It's one of those games where, like, you're not sure if it's a good football game, and then you realize, you know what, actually, it is a pretty good football game because we're seeing two teams play incredibly hard, two different sides who know each other very well because they've come up through Pop Warner here in San Diego, and they live 2 miles away from each other, but I think a little bit of that is also getting to both these sides with all the flags we're seeing.
Yeah, real emotional game here. Less than 2 miles away separates these schools. A lot of these kids played with each other growing up. 6-7, not as many scoring plays as we've seen, but if you're a person who loves hard-nosed football, really good form tackling, and just overall, knockout fight, it's been a good first half.
Yeah, I mean, this game was advertised as two really good quarterbacks. Obviously, Cartel Purvis, one of the best here in San Diego, and Tyler Balco, who really hasn't gotten a fair shot at showing what he's got in that pocket so far this season. But it feels like this game is a war of attrition and one in the trenches. Both lines on both sides are really putting up a fight on the Titans and on the Crusaders.
Yeah, they've run the ball. Each team has run the ball very well. And actually, both of these quarterbacks, now that you mention it, Cartel Purvis, Tyler Balco, they've done a great job throwing the ball downfield, getting their receivers open underneath and down the field. We just haven't connected in the end zone yet.
And that's the question here, right, is we've seen two running backs score. Now, one of them was a reception, but Cromartie's been targeted twice for Mater Dei Catholic. We haven't seen Balco really go that far into the end zone outside of, a 10-yard opportunity. Would you like to see more downfield offensive opportunities for Eastlake, or do you like this conservative approach that they're taking?
I like what they've done so far. I think we're going to see them take more shots down the field, especially if they get down in the scoreboard. We'll see them having to throw the football down the field. But I think Rocket Demery, he really needs to get involved. He's an explosive playmaker. We've called his name a couple times tonight. Played pretty well on defense, but we'll see him in the second half.
By the way, it is homecoming here at Mater Dei Catholic, a homecoming night, Drew, that takes you and myself back to our high school days. I don't know what your homecoming was like. Mine was very fun, but I did not get to go out on the field and be awarded like all these very worthy candidates tonight at Mater Dei Catholic.
Yeah, I think I lost the homecoming vote by 1 vote.
Wait, you were in it, though?
No, I'm just kidding. But no, my homecoming wasn't quite like this. I went to a lot smaller school, but this is a fun thing here tonight. And it's getting emotional here.
It's so meaningful. Like, this is a lot of these homecoming kings and queens in the court. They're all seniors, right? And they get to go depart and go to college, or maybe stay and choose a vocation, whatever they choose to do. But like, this is their final moments of their high school career being honored by the faithful, surrounded by them. It is such a meaningful time.
It really is. And you got to see some of these young women get walked out by their fathers, and it was really emotional, and it's definitely a fun thing to see. But yes, these peers get to stand amongst their peers and really get recognized for all the successes they've had on and off the field, or on and off, in and outside of school, for these nominees.
Looking ahead here at the second half, Drew, 7-6, right? You look at this score. There's a lot that could have changed without the flags. A ton of unsportsmanlike conducts, including one that happened after the touchdown for Eastlake that set up their PAT back to what ended up being a 32-yard PAT that was blocked, that allowed the Crusaders to maintain that 1-point lead. You got to clean it up here in the second half. That has to be the biggest key for both teams, right?
Absolutely. Both sides of the ball need to clean up the penalties. They have to realize that this game is not bigger than them, right? And they are not bigger than this game. And they're putting their emotions ahead of themselves. They're causing these unsportsmanlike penalties, really making their offenses suffer a bit. In the second half, I think Rashard Cook and Coach Mendoza will definitely get these guys cleaned up, and a lot cleaner game here in the second half.
Yeah, first half plagued by, we'll call it main character syndrome, if you will, where these individual players feel like maybe it's more about themselves than it is about the greater good of this team. And we have seen both teams really tagged with yellow laundry throughout that first half. Both teams are on the field now warming up. What do you expect to see out of this second half, Drew?
I think we'll still see a steady dose of running the football, especially early here in the third quarter. But I really believe Tyler Balco, he's going to stretch this field a little bit more. And Cartel Purvis, we've seen him attack the football downfield a little bit with the receivers. Cromartie just missing a few times in the end zone. I really think we're going to see a lot of fireworks here in the second half.
Yeah, it's been a running show between Jordan Dumoulin and Will Schmitz on both sides for the Titans and the Crusaders. But you got to think that the air game is going to be unleashed in the second half. We're going to step aside one more time here at halftime. The Crusaders lead the Titans by 1, 7-6. You're watching Game Time on Yurview, brought to you by Palomar Health.
From New York City comes America's longest running and most popular rugby show. The biggest names in Major League Rugby, MLR highlights, and big match previews. Rugby Wrap-Up presents MLR Weekly, made in New York City.
The stadium lights, the roar of the crowd, the heart and character displayed, and the brotherhood forged on the field. One play can shift the momentum. This is more than a game. It's Game Time High School football.
Brought to you by Palomar Health. Champions aren't created overnight. They're created through practice, determination, and dedication. Palomar Health. Champions of healthcare. Champions for you.
Game Time on Yurview, brought to you by Palomar Health. It is a fascinating football game. I don't really know how else to put it here. Drew Ferris, Jonathan Rifkin, searching for words. I'm going to go whip out my thesaurus. Maybe ask ChatGPT on how this game should be described. A war of attrition is really what comes to mind because it's a battle in the trenches between Eastlake and Mater Dei Catholic. And really the separating factor was the fact that a PAT was set back because of an unsportsmanlike conduct. How was it done, though? Very first drive of the game, Drew, Cartel Purvis gets stripped and Eastlake gets a stop.
Yeah, I mean, costly opportunity for the Crusaders early, but we saw Parker here take a one-hopper, two-hopper on the ground with a punt return, getting north and south, setting up the Crusaders in great field position.
Yeah, and the Crusaders, after getting a stop on their own defensive side, couldn't get it in. Here's a gorgeous throw from Tyler Balco, just hanging it up there with a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. That's Rocket Demery with the reception.
Yeah, it's a great job by Rocket Demery locating that football. Balco just throws it up over the shoulder catch. What a play by Rocket Demery.
And then this one here, Balco electing to keep it. He's able to muscle it all the way through inside the 10-yard line, but this one got called back due to unsportsmanlike conduct. The Titans couldn't capitalize, but on this drive, they were set up pretty well, but not before Isaiah Rodriguez met that defensive line here for the Crusaders. Set up a PAT, a 38-yard field goal opportunity that ended up going wide left. And the score remains 0-0 as Cartel Purvis led his offense down the field on the other side. And this guy, Laurel Parker, had quite the first half. 4 receptions, really pushing that offense forward.
Yeah, Laurel Parker did a great job for this offense. And Purvis, great job managing this offense as well. And Dumoulin getting some tough yards up the middle, as you just saw right there.
And as much as Dumoulin was effective in the running game, he ended up being the guy to make the reception in the end zone. His first receiving touchdown of the season to put the Crusaders up a score. Balco knew he had to lead his team back. Time was running out. The defense was playing deep. He utilized the wherewithal, the speed, and the space to stay on his feet and get a gain of 22 on this run to give his team an opportunity to punch it in.
Yeah, great job by Balco. And then Schmitz finishing it off here. Tough running, tough sledding. And Eastlake just driving the pile to equalize this ball game.
After this play, an unsportsmanlike conduct was called. The PAT was missed at 7-6. Then they elected to go for the onside kick here with about 21 seconds to go in the first half. Rather, with about 11 seconds to go in the first half. They were unable to capitalize after Rocket Demery took the lateral for about 32 yards. And that is your first half highlights. By the way, Game Time on Yurview is brought to you by Palomar Health. Champions aren't made overnight. They're created through practice, determination, and dedication. Palomar Health, champions of healthcare, champions for you. And supported by Easter Seals. Disability is not a dirty word. Say it, celebrate it, and share it. Help us define disability and share your story at disabilitypride.com. What a night here at Mater Dei Catholic. You could feel the energy. It was almost a late arriving crowd. Drew kept, sort of poking me with his elbow and saying, are fans going to show up? And boy, have the fans shown up here tonight.
Yeah, they really have. I was wondering where everyone was, but...
Well, that's because they all came here when you accidentally drove to Eastlake.
That's right. Well, thankfully, it's Eastlake versus Mater Dei and not Eastlake versus Oceanside or something like that, because that could have been disastrous. But, yeah, no, the fans have showed up here tonight. It's a great environment, beautiful field. It's fun to watch here tonight. Both these teams compete.
This is a school that used to play football down on the border. About a decade ago, they packed up shop and moved them to Chula Vista. They built this gorgeous campus that has become a staple of South Bay football here in San Diego. And part of that quadrant of schools, Otay Ranch. Down the street, you have Olympian, Eastlake up the hill, and then right here with Mater Dei Catholic. It is a fruitful area for talent. Both these teams have really fought for that talent in recent memories. Eastlake actually has the deeper history. Eastlake won the Division I San Diego Section Championship in 2009 and in 2012 and 2017. They made the Open Division final, the second ever Open Division here in San Diego. They ended up losing to El Camino. Eastlake went on a stretch, Drew, from 2000 to 2004 where they won 40 consecutive games. It's a San Diego Section record. But as of late, Mater Dei Catholic has emerged as the program to beat here in the South Bay. They won the CIF San Diego section in 2021 and 2022. They won the regional bowl game and they won a state championship. Mater Dei Catholic is the first San Diego school to ever win back-to-back state championships. An incredibly impressive feat done in 2021 and 2022. Then they went through a coaching change and started to rebuild this program under the great Richard Cook, now in his second season, seeing the fruits of his labor come to fruition here in 2024.
Truly, and he was the defensive coordinator here for a while before he took the head coaching job. He's just got a great mind for football, great experience, obviously, at the collegiate level with USC, playing for 5+ years in the NFL for the Philadelphia Eagles. And it's really, really awesome to see an influence and a coach like Richard Cook bring not only his mindset, but his discipline and his coaching expertise to a program like this. Like you said, it's a hotbed for talent down here in Chula Vista. They got a lot of great programs around here. And I think they've had a great season thus far. And when I spoke to him earlier in the week, Jonathan, and we talked about the teams that they played earlier this year, and they signed those contracts a few years ago, he wasn't going to back away from that. He wanted to take it head on, and he wanted to teach his kids that, hey, we got to play tough teams to get better. And no matter if we're playing an 0-5 team or a 5-0 team, preparing each week, every week, focusing on them and getting better and putting your best foot forward and your best product on the field. He's really done a great job with this program.
Getting back here, almost ready for a second half. Some special talent in the stands, providing the stadium with a little bit of content. Saw those Sharks. You know where Sharks go on vacation, Drew?
The Sharks?
Yeah, the Sharks. You know where Sharks go on vacation?
Oh, the deep end.
No, they go to Finland.
Oh, that's good. I know you didn't make that up, Jonathan. Finland.
What do Sharks and computers have in common, Drew? They both have megabytes. All right, second half ready to roll here at Mater Dei Catholic. A 1-point ball game. I hear our production crew turning off my mic as we are underway. 24 minutes to go in the South Bay soiree. And the Eastlake Titans will take over 1st and 10 from their 20.
That ball was kicked on the 45-yard line of Eastlake.
So that's the courtesy call of the flag thrown at the end of the first half.
Correct.
We talked about our keys here, Drew, for the second half for both teams, obviously cleaning things up, but just continuing to ride the momentum.
Yeah, and Eastlake has a real chance here on the road. I mean, they don't need to abandon their game plan. They're down by 1 point. They love to run the football. Tyler Balco's done a great job distributing the ball in their intermediate and deep ball a few times. I'd like to see more of that as we progress here in the third quarter.
So Balco, who was under the empty set for much of that end of that first half, now has a pair of running backs, Schmitz and Rodriguez, in the backfield. They hand it off. It's Willa Schmitz. First touch. Actually, it goes to Rodriguez, who's able to stay on his feet. And actually, it's Balco turn that 6 upside down, make it 9. He lost the football at the 30-yard line, but breaks loose for a huge run on the play. It's going to go for 50 for the quarterback. There were 3 different running backs, and it was kept by the quarterback, and goes for a big gain on the play.
Great job by Tyler Balco. Fakes the pitch out on the option play, and he doesn't go down by just getting hit. You have to wrap this guy up.
Some friendly fire back there, too.
Truly, and you saw his great athleticism running down the field. Huge play to open up the third quarter for Eastlake.
Second large run here for Balco. First one got called back due to unsportsmanlike conduct. This one stands, and the ball is spotted at the 32-yard line. Rodriguez wears 6, Balco wears 9. You flip it around, and Balco trying to shed some weight here before this next snap.
I think they're trying to figure out where the ball is going to be placed because it was fumbled out of bounds.
Balco, so they're going to, Balco not doing so hot right now after that run. He's been playing really hard here tonight.
Really tough kid. I think he might need a wind here or a breather.
Yeah, hydration is key. It's a pretty humid night. You know, temperatures are in the 70s, but you can feel the humidity. And this is going to bring...
I think he's going to be okay. He might have just gotten hit in the stomach or something like that, but...
This is going to bring the backup in. Jose Castro, who has 10 completions for 51 yards and 2 interceptions this season.
Yeah, that was just a great job on that previous play. You know, when you have Will Schmitz in the first half running the ball consistently, when you fake it to him and everyone clamps down on him, yeah, you can see Will Schmitz gets to fake the handoff. They go over to the right. Balco fake pitch out, and 2 defenders, both number 2 and number 19, bite, and Balco does the rest. But, yeah, some friendly fire there on Mater Dei, but he runs up the sideline. We're going to see him get tackled late out of bounds.
I do think it's more, that's one of those situations, because he came up fine.
Yeah,
they caught up with him. I think it's, I mean, look, I'm not a doctor, and maybe we can refrain from speculating, but that does seem more like a hydration thing than anything. You see this happen all the time at the professional level, where players will head to the sideline, they'll relieve themselves, and they'll get back out on the field and feel a lot better. So the officials are going to ask both teams to get the sideline as they clean up the field, because it is a sanitary issue, and we are going to step aside. 7-6, we're 13 seconds into the second half, and you're watching Game Time on Yurview, brought to you by Palomar Health.
I have the distinct honor and privilege of saying that you are one of our 5 county teachers of the year.
God.
So congratulations.
I am so honored to work side by side with Mrs. Levine. I am just so happy for you because you deserve this.
Well,
thank you.
I am shaking. This is the coolest, one of the coolest moments. I mean, earning the runner-up district teacher of the year and then being in this moment. I do it because these are the beautiful miracles in my life. I love you all. I love what I do, and I'll just keep doing it with a smile and the heart. So thank you.
Yeah.
How you doing today?
I don't even know.
It is an honor and privilege to let you know you are one of the 5 teachers of the year for the San Diego County. Congratulations. These are for you.
We couldn't be more proud of you, and they are who they are because of you. Congratulations. Keep going. Keep going.
Thank you.
I am just so overwhelmed. Know that everything I do, everything that Mr. Chapman and I do, it's because we love you so much. I keep your work because I know, like, one of these days, these kids are going to be famous. They're going to change the world, and I honestly and full-heartedly believe that. Thank you so much.
The field is clean, and back jogs out both sides. Jose Castro, the third, the senior backup quarterback is in the shotgun with Will Schmitz to his right for the Eastlake Titans. 3 wide receivers, 1st and 10 from the 20. Schmitz gets the carry out on the weak side of the field, bouncing off of would-be tacklers and staying on his feet to gain an extra yard out of it. Made something out of nothing, and it's going to set up a 2nd and long.
Jordan Dumoulin was there first to try to tackle him, but Will Schmitz, great contact balance. You see the offensive line shifting left. It's just a zone run play. He cuts up the field. You have to wrap him up and stay low. It took about 3 or 4 guys to bring him down. Way to turn something into nothing.
A hard-earned 2 yards for the power back. The senior playing both sides of the ball has the rushing touchdown for the Titans here tonight. Takes the handoff. Bouncing out left into space. Here goes Schmitz, gliding into the end zone for a Titan touchdown. And for the first time in 2 years, Eastlake has a lead on the Crusaders.
Great job by the offensive line up front. As a counter play, you can see here shortly, Will Schmitz with the patience to take this handoff, takes it the distance. It's a great job by Eastlake. This has got to feel good getting up here in the 3rd quarter.
Balco was sidelined for a couple of plays, and Schmitz made the call to carry the offense on his back. 2nd rushing touchdown of the game. He only had 1 coming into the game. And tonight they are feeding him the rock, and he is responding. PAT is up, and this time it is good. 13-7. Just 1 minute into the second half, and this is what we talked about, Drew. At the end of that first half, Eastlake was in control of this football game, and they got to receive the second half kickoff, and they turned it into 7.
Truly, and you saw 52 with a monstrous block pulling out to the left side. Will Smith was patient, letting his block set up, getting outside. He wasn't even touched on that play. Just a great job, great vision.
Yeah, that's Andres Munoz, big number 52 out there on the left side, opening up the space.
Take it to the distance, and that's exactly what you want to do if you're Eastlake. You come out here in the 3rd quarter, and you get a first drive touchdown to go up here on the road. Just a phenomenal job by this offensive play calling. Tyler Balco with a huge run on one of the first plays of the 3rd quarter. Took him out of the game, and Will Schmitz does the rest.
In the last 3 matchups, Mater Dei Catholic has won this series by an average of 28.3 points. Eastlake is in the lead. Free kick is going to go out of bounds, and it's going to be favorable field position on the first second half drive here for the Crusaders.
That is something you do not want to do if you're Eastlake coming off a scoring drive.
Yeah, you don't want to give Cartel Purvis and this electric offense any extra opportunities. We saw it in the very first drive of the game. Purvis and this offense were stopped. Eastlake got an unsportsmanlike conduct to push them to and goal from the 1. Now, luckily for the Titans, they were able to force a fumble on the next play, but the margin of error in a matchup like this is incredibly small. The Titans are going to try and have to now stop Eastlake, or rather Mater Dei Catholic at their own 35-yard line is where this drive begins.
Yeah, Eastlake has to be stout here on defense. But you know Cartel Purvis and company are going to be looking to make some big plays.
So Purvis and Dumoulin lead the offense out there. That's Jordan Dumoulin on the move. Purvis looks out right, has a man. Screen pass is caught, and it goes for a huge gain and more. Breaking loose, Kingston Schaff, and he gets stopped just shy of the end zone. But a huge play by the senior.
He's taken down at the 6-yard line.
Matt Carr.
Excuse me, Matt Carr on the Mater Dei Catholic side. I was looking at the Eastlake side. But a penalty flag is thrown nonetheless.
Kingston Schaft was chasing Matt Carr on that play.
And it is coming back. Number 1 chasing number 1, but it will come back nonetheless.
Wow. Laundry on the field. I did not know there was a penalty there. Isaiah Rodriguez with barring the flag, a touchdown-saving tackle.
It really was. Now, it doesn't matter. This one's coming back, whether it's Kingston Schaff or Matt Carr or Drew Ferris. That ball's going back.
Yeah, I don't think you'll have ever saw me run that fast at any level.
You know, when you saw the acai truck outside, the acai bowl truck, you were running pretty fast out there.
I think we call it acai, but let's agree to disagree. But yeah, I ran pretty quickly.
I'll agree with you. I said it wrong, but you were running just as fast. Here's Dumoulin on the 1st and 15, and he's going to break loose for a gain of 15 plus. Turn it into 25 and into Titan territory.
Yeah, the Titans look tired on defense. You know, they come out here in the second half, go up, score a touchdown on the first drive. But a lot of these players, Jonathan, they play both ways. And Dumoulin here taking the handoff. Eastlake defenders, they just get too far upfield expecting the pass. Easy handoff, easy first down.
Yeah, you saw Giovanni Sehoff for the Titans get a hand on him initially, but the explosion of Dumoulin was just too much, and now they're going to stretch him out. And again, it's a humid night. It's a humid night, and we're seeing it affect both sides. Dumoulin getting stretched out by the training staff. We saw Tyler Balco, the sophomore quarterback for Eastlake, get escorted off the field after a big run. Hopefully everybody's okay. It's going to be 1st and 10 from the 43-yard line in opponent territory for the Crusaders, who are trailing 13-7. And this was a game, by the way, Drew. I mean, we were talking to some of the Crusader faithful before the game, and they were asking us our thoughts. And we said this is going to be a high-scoring game. And right now it's really been the defenses and the offensive and defensive lines who have been the story.
Yeah, I still think we can get some more points here in the second half, but I thought we'd see more of a shootout. But both these defenses have done well, just bending and not breaking. We saw a lot of missed opportunities by Mater Dei in the first half, with Cartel Purvis just overthrowing the defense, or overthrowing his receiver one time.
What do Sharks order at McDonald's?
A McFish.
A quarter flounder with cheese.
Quarter flounder.
I can't run through all my ammo right now. What's it got to take to get you in one of those?
Not much, Jonathan. Let me tell you.
Oh, really?
Not much.
Let me wave down the shark bear and see if we can get you one of those. All right, we're going to step aside. 13-7. Titans lead. 10:40 to go here. And actually, it looks like they're going to bring Jordan Dumoulin off the field, so we will keep it here.
Yeah, Dumoulin looking to walk off the field here.
So after a 29-yard gain and a bit of a delay, Dumoulin is off the field, and we will keep it here as action resumes. 10:40 to go here in the third quarter. And the Crusaders in possession of the football in Titan territory. Cartel Purvis taking the snap, keeping the football, rolling out right on a hop. Tries to whip it to Matt Carr, who can't reel it in.
Pass is incomplete.
And it's going to be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, try to get the ball here on the outside to Matt Carr. Purvis rolling to his right. Just off the fingertips. You know, he's got to throw a little bit better of a spiral there. You know, his spiral has been missing a little bit tonight. And sometimes you don't need to dart the ball in there, Jonathan. You just got to throw a nice, easy pass, catchable ball for his receiver.
Purvis, the second-year starter now for this offense, was one of the most pressured quarterbacks a season ago. This year, the offensive line still young, but much improved. Trying to give him the time that he needs, but they collapse. Purvis getting rid of it and has a man. It is caught. There goes Carr, shedding a tackle, breaking ankles, and pushing that ball across the line to gain for a 10-yard reception. Not sure how Purvis saw him with a trio of Titans chasing him down, but a well-played ball here by the Crusader offense.
Yeah, just when you thought, as if you're Eastlake, that you're going to get Cartel Purvis, he redirects, throws it to Matt Carr on the edge, and he does the rest, getting north and south, getting first down yardage.
How about David Bronco, the sophomore linebacker, deep in the backfield there, unchecked by that Crusader offensive line.
Yeah, Branco coming in there hot.
Bronco, one of two on the team. Ryan Bronco, his brother, plays a little DB, free safety as well. 1st and 10 from the 20. Excuse me, 1st and 10. It says 20 on the board. It's really from the 37. And Aguilar takes the handoff for a gain of 1. Yeah, the scoreboard operator is a little confused, but that's okay. We'll keep everybody up to date. And after Bronco gets the stop,
gain of a yard.
on the 1 yard gain. It's going to be 2nd and 9.
Yeah, Mater Dei. Looks like they have great command on this drive.
Trying to respond after the opening drive score of the second half for the Titans. Gael Aguilar, the running back. Purvis lobs it up and over his intended receiver, Laurel Parker.
That was the right read there. He just got a little antsy, you know. You saw him open. Pre-snap, he knew he would be there, and he's just like, oh, I got to get him. But he just a touch too high.
To be fair, now that is on the quarterback. It did still feel like a catchable ball. Parker maybe closing the hands on it a little too late, but again, it really is on the quarterback to make that as catchable of a ball as possible.
It really is, yeah, definitely on the quarterback there to get a more accurate pass.
3rd and 9. All at the 33. Purvis looking to throw up the middle, and I think it was broken up. It was intended for Carr. And David Bronco has been very active on this drive defensively. Got a fingertip on it. It's going to be 4th and 9, and no sign of the offense vacating the football field.
Yeah, Isaiah Cook just couldn't quite catch that ball. But Purvis lacing that ball almost perfectly for the completion. But it looks like they're going to go for it here on 4th down. I love the aggressiveness. You're down here at home. You've had a really nice offensive night tonight, but only 7 points to show for it.
Dumoulin is back out there. That's a good sign if you're a Crusader fan. Purvis stepping back, now stepping up, splitting the pair into space. He needs to get 5 more for the first down. Pushing his way, and the line to gain was at the 24, and they're going to say he got a yard past it. Cartel Purvis showing off the wheels and the strength right there, en route to a first down.
Great individual effort. Doesn't see anyone open downfield. You can see his athleticism on display, his playmaking ability. And Eastlake just couldn't wrap him up in time. It was a great job by Cartel.
1st and 10 from the 21. It was a 12-yard run for Purvis. Dumoulin, the man in motion. Purvis goes to the near side. Julian Cromartie with his first reception tonight, but gets no gain out of it.
Number 11, Julian Cromartie, tackled immediately by Isaiah Rodriguez.
Isaiah Rodriguez on the tackle. It was a great job there, sniffing that one out.
No gain on the play.
So after no gain on Cromartie's first reception, the 3rd time he's been targeted. 2nd and 10 here, under 8 to go in the 3rd quarter. Both these teams continue on Metro Mesa League play next week. Eastlake is at Sweetwater. Date with the Devils. And Otay Ranch will grace the presence 2 weeks from now here at Mater Dei Catholic. Next week they're at Chula Vista. Here's a nice run on the keeper by Purvis.
Purvis, the ball carrier.
I think it's going to go for a gain of 6 and set up a 3rd and 4.
Yeah, Isaiah Cook, they had him running and out and up there, and Eastlake wasn't fooled at all. And Purvis didn't like the look, so he took off and ran and took what he could get. It was a great decision there by Purvis.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
So 3rd and 4 here. It was a 4th and 9. When Purvis elected to keep it himself, and we are seeing him now really utilize the dual threat aspect of his game to keep this drive alive. In motion goes Isaiah Cook. Purvis rolling out right, immediately being pressured, but right up the middle, throws it dot, and Matt Carr is in. The senior wide receiver nodding things up at 13. Giving the Crusaders an opportunity to take the lead with the PAT.
It's a great job by Cartel Purvis. Not forcing a throw in the flat to Isaiah Cook. That was his first read. Puts a foot in the ground and finds Matt Carr in the back of the end zone. Great job by the Mater Dei Crusaders.
It's the 14th touchdown pass for Purvis, and it felt like he would have likely taken a sack with the pressure coming, but the wherewithal to find Carr wide open up the seam. The PAT is good, and the Crusaders take a 1-point lead, 14-13. And a gorgeous play here. You see that ball on a string Matt Carr unchecked into the end zone. And Drew, that was a good response by Mater Dei Catholic.
It really was. And on that touchdown pass, you saw Mater Dei, they get a couple guys out in the flat. Isaiah Cook underneath, had another receiver over the top. And then you had a receiver flowing backside. That was Matt Carr getting into the end zone. Great response. Touchdown by Mater Dei. Now taking the lead here by 1 point due to that missed extra point we saw in the first half.
And those PATs can really come back to haunt you. It was a really long attempt after an unsportsmanlike conduct on the rushing touchdown by Will Schmitz that forced the missed PAT, and right now that is the difference in this game. Will Schmitz rockets Emery, Isaiah Rodriguez, the three back to return here on the kickoff by Angel Mendoza, the junior kicker. Mendoza with a good boot, a little backspin. It's going to be dropped by Rodriguez in the end zone, so a touchback here for the Titans.
Yeah, Eastlake has a long way to go.
And this crowd, by the way, coming alive really for the first time tonight.
Yeah, we can really hear them getting into it. And I don't think they expected to be down at home but against Eastlake, a team that hasn't won a game this year, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Well, they won the first game.
They won the first game
against Benito Vista, but a team that hasn't won against this team in 4 years.
Yeah, that's right. So Eastlake doing a great job here on the road, establishing run game. See Tyler Balco back there, quarterback. Good to see.
Yeah, good to see after a long run that had him sidelined thereafter for the remainder of that drive. The Titans did punch it in. Schmitz is the running back. Flags are thrown, and a false start will be called on the Titans. They're going to call it here on Dylan Firma, the senior.
Yeah, really frustrating. I know he seemed really upset on that false start. Not the way you want to start a drive on the road here in the third quarter.
So first and 15, but instead of the 20, it's now at the 15 for Tyler Balco, who's been incredibly poised here tonight. Offensive line done a great job for him, and that guy right there, Will Schmitz, who gets a hold for a moment, but it closes, and he stays on his feet nonetheless. And it takes an army of Crusaders to take him down after no gain on the play. Maybe a loss of one even. It's going to be 2nd and 16.
He is really a tough runner. I think Balco was a little confused on where to go with that handoff, but you can see him fighting and just itching for every yard, and that's the type of fight that you love to see if you're Coach Mendoza, the Titans.
Sophomore Diego Mendoza, the leading tackler right there, number 22 for the Crusaders. 2nd and 16. Under 7 minutes to go here in the third quarter, a third quarter that's lasted as long as the first half. At least that's how it feels. Balco, quick pitch, quick catch, and incomplete. And actually, they're calling a catch and a fumble.
Pass is intercepted.
Oh, it intercepted. It didn't hit the ground.
Number 13, Laurel Parker.
It's going to be Laurel Parker on the interception.
Tipped, the receiver couldn't quite catch it.
Here, let's take another look here. Oh, yeah, right off his helmet. How about that catch? Parker. My goodness.
He's been catching balls on both sides of the ball tonight.
Give an assist to the helmet there for the Titans.
Right place at the right time. Costly turnover for the Titans.
Yeah, with our perspective, it looked like that ball was either reeled in and dropped or gone incomplete, but great job by Parker to make sure that it didn't hit the green. And the Crusaders have the ball in Titans red zone territory. 1st and 10 from the 18-yard line, looking for a second consecutive touchdown drive. Cartel Purvis, Gael Aguilar on the move is Parker. Aguilar on the run, gets a block, but Rodriguez stays low and makes the tackle after a gain of 8.
A little misdirection there by Mater Dei, getting Aguilar out there on the left-hand side. Nice gain there on first down. You're 2nd and short right here in the red zone. You have a lot of different options here as an offense.
And that was, good misdirection because it opened up that weak side for Aguilar to have the extra space. Unfortunately for him, the only thing that stood between himself and that end zone was Isaiah Rodriguez. Aguilar staying out there, Dumoulin on the bench. Purvis handing it off. Gael Aguilar through the middle and gets stood up after a beautiful gain of 5 on the play. But it's going to be 1st and goal here for the Crusaders once again.
Yeah, David Bronco with a nice tackle. He's had a really nice night tonight, but not after a gain of 6. A little bit of a hold there. But low man wins, and David Bronco, he's hyped up.
Unfortunately for Bronco in this Eastlake defense, it's 1st and goal. Aguilar remains the running back. Purvis in the shotgun. On the move goes Parker. And Aguilar takes the carry for a gain of maybe 1. David Bronco on the stop again.
Again, David Bronco here in the middle of that defense. This is going to be a really, really big stop here for Eastlake. Backed up on their own goal line. We saw this first drive of the game, Jonathan. Eastlake backed up, forced a turnover, got an opportunity. Or took away an opportunity from Mater Dei.
2nd and goal. Ball is at the 4. Purvis and Aguilar once again teaming up. Aguilar won't take the carry. Purvis to the back of the end zone. Furry has the coach's son, Isaiah Cook, waiting for the touchdown.
Very similar touchdown pass to the previous one. Get everything flowing to the right, sneak someone back to the left. Purvis with another touchdown pass, his 3rd of the night. Great job finding Isaiah Cook in the back of the end zone.
And the Crusaders extending their lead to 7 pending the PAT. Isaiah Cook playing both sides of the ball here tonight in the end zone in the 3rd quarter. So PAT to make it an 8-point lead, and there's a penalty before the snap. Defense offsides.
Offsides against Eastlake is the call.
So we'll do it again. You know, you go for 2 here and you get it. 2-possession game.
It's true. I think I would just decline it, to be honest with you. I'd take the points.
Am I thinking too aggressively here?
No, I don't think so. I think it's an option. But Isaiah Cook, 3rd-year varsity player, really paid off on that touchdown there tonight.
So from the 1, the PAT will be reattempted by Angel Mendoza. Snap, hold, kick, good.
PAT is good.
21-13, courtesy of a beautiful throw from Cartel Purvis to Isaiah Cook. We'll step aside. 21-13 here in the 3rd quarter.
Disability is not a dirty word.
It takes a lot to be able to get to the pride part of disability because we live in an ableist society.
There are millions of people like me. They are overlooked and underestimated.
I have a mind, I have a heart, I have a passion.
It's who I am, whether I'm sitting or standing.
If I didn't have the disability, I wouldn't be the person that I am today.
Say disability.
With pride.
Murray Lampert is San Diego's leader in building quality and stylish ADUs through the ease of the design-build process.
ADUs are investments that allow you to move your family closer, provide a comfortable place for a loved one to stay in later years, or even gain income as a rental property.
The Murray Lampert design-build process is the all-inclusive, homeowner's peace of mind way to build. Our family, your home. That's the Murray Lampert experience.
All righty. 21-13. That man, Isaiah Cook, in the end zone here for the Crusaders, who have scored on 2 consecutive drives, courtesy of an interception to set him up. Here's a short kick that's taken for the Titans by Trey Nichols, the freshman, a back-of-wide receiver. A flag is thrown out near the 20. Ball taken near the 30, but it might be an illegal block on the back. It was Kingston Schaff in the backfield for the Titans, and that's going to be the call. So bring this one back here. 15 yards for the Titans offense.
Yeah, you just can't have that if you're the Titans. You're playing in an emotionally charged game like we said here tonight. You're on the road. You just gave up 2 touchdowns in a row. You know, this offense, as well as they've been tonight and as good as they are, they're not really just a play or two away. I mean, with Tyler Balco they are, but this is normally a dink and dunk kind of plug-and-chug offense maybe gets 4 to 6 yards at a time.
The University of San Diego is proud to be celebrating its 75th anniversary. USD is now accepting applications. To learn more about USD life as a Torero and how they're leading with love and lighting the way forward, visit sandiego.edu/become a Torero. 1st and 10, ball is back at the 11. Balco hands it off. And a gain of 1 is all that'll amount to for Will Schmitz. Schmitz has the 2 touchdowns here for Eastlake tonight. But it's going to take more from this offense, trailing by 8 with 4.5 and counting in the 3rd.
Yeah, it looks like they're going a little hurry up here. All the skill players looking at their wristbands, seeing what the play is. Let's see what Tyler Balco can whip up here for the Titans.
Gain of 2 is the courtesy call. 2nd and 8. Balco rolling out right, has Isaiah Rodriguez who sidesteps 1, staying on his feet for a moment. The ball comes out. The Crusaders hop on it, and that is the 2nd straight turnover this Mater Dei Catholic team has forced deep in Titans territory. Diego Mendoza had the interception. Diego Mendoza has the fumble recovery. Isaiah Rodriguez coughed it up at the end of this play.
Yeah, Isaiah Rodriguez just trying to make something happen, but got a hand on the ball there. Looked like it was number 52, Anthony Lopez, knocking the ball loose, but that's really deflates this. Maybe it was, like you said, it was 22, Diego Mendoza, but really deflates this offense for the Titans.
Eastlake had a lead, and they have watched it diminish. Crusaders looking to pour it on. On the move is Mikhail Lua. And it's going to be a gain of about 7, maybe 6.5 for Lua.
Takes it to the 7.
Nice little gain by Mikhail Lua. Getting in the action, just a junior here for the Crusaders.
Had a big reception earlier as well. And Purvis has done a masterful job commanding this offense here in the 2nd half.
He really has, and he's got really great command of this offense. He's really getting the ball to his playmakers, getting a couple touchdowns early in this 3rd quarter.
Jordan Dumoran is in the backfield. Purvis in the shotgun. Dumoran getting the carry, running right up the gut of that defense. And it is a gain of 7. Give him a 1st and goal here from the 2.
Yeah, they're creeping towards the goal line here, and Dumoran just gets up the middle, leaning forward.
Kingston Schaff on the tackle.
Getting a 1st down, that's also crucial. Fresh set of downs right inside the 5-yard line.
Yeah, they're going to put this one at the 3. They're going to say he was stopped prior to making that extra leap to the 2. So 1st and goal from the 3. You see the big boys out there on that line for Purvis. Dumoran gets the carry right up the gut and untethered into the end zone.
He goes 3 yards.
2nd touchdown of the night for Jordan Dumoran. And the Crusaders are pouring it on 27-13, capitalizing off another Titan turnover.
Well, 2 Titan turnovers here in the 3rd quarter led to 2 touchdowns by the Mater Dei Crusaders. Costly turnovers deep in your own territory, Jonathan, and that'll do it.
So the flags have largely been cleaned up, but now it's the turnovers for the Titans that have been the pebble in their shoe. That PAT is blocked in high school. You can't return it for 2, so it's going to remain 27-13. It's a 2-touchdown game now for the Crusaders. And Drew, if you're Eastlake, got to start getting creative because right now this offense for Mater Dei Catholic is a train that can't be stopped.
Truly, and this train is making no stops on its way to the end zone. And Dumoran just running through there on the line. Great blocks up front. A little trap play right there.
What do you call a shark driving a train?
That got me stumped.
A disaster. I don't know. I didn't have one for that. A little BTS here on the broadcast. We were told in our ear if sharks have anything to do with trains, and I tried, but unfortunately, I think that's beyond my dad joke ability.
Yeah, commanding 2-touchdown lead. Commanding 2-touchdown lead for the Crusaders.
Whistles fly. I don't know if the PAT is, or the ensuing kickoff is going to count. I think we'll have to do it again. Who delivers Sharks Christmas presents? Santa Jaws. By the way, I had no prior knowledge that there were going to be Sharks in attendance here tonight.
Yeah, well.
Now, I thought if the Sharks were going to be here, it was going to be like Mark Cuban and Barbara Corcoran. And unfortunately,
I have a few ideas to pitch to them.
Yeah, well,
both of
I have
us
a great idea for a high school football broadcast.
That's right.
It's called Game Time on Yurview, brought to you by Palomar Health.
Great ROI. 2 guys leading the helm, Jonathan and Drew. What can go wrong?
They need to worry about us. It's the rest of our crew that keeps us going.
It's true.
2.5 to go here.
Shout out to our crew tonight.
Doing a great job as always. No matter how you're watching or where you're watching, all of us here at Yurview appreciate you making us a part of your Friday evening plans. Well, 2.5 to go here in the third, and some cleaning up to do here on the ensuing kickoff after the PAT. Schmitz, Rodriguez, Demery, the 3 back at the 11-yard line for the Titans looking to return. Angel Mendoza is the kicker. I'm not exactly sure what we're waiting for, but Mendoza gets the go-ahead to boot this one away. Into the area of Schmitz. He takes it at the 5 and starts to move forward. A little lateral back to Rodriguez, who sheds a tackle before being taken down from behind near the 25-yard line. I like the creativity here from the Titans. They're going to need more of that on the offensive side.
They really do, and they're down a couple of touchdowns, and just a couple costly turnovers in their own territory led to a couple touchdowns here for Mater Dei Catholic. But if you're the Titans right now, obviously it's late in the third quarter. You've had success offensively. You just got to string a drive together, get Balco to get the ball to these playmakers, put something together here deep in the third.
Tyler Balco with 2:22 to go here in the third, trying to get his team back some momentum. They led for a moment 13-7. That lead has diminished and then some. Here's Will Schmitz right through that gap. And he gets a nice healthy gain of 10 out of it and moves the sticks for a first down.
That was just a great job by Schmitz, just being patient right there. You had 2 linemen pull over on the right side, and great job by the linemen getting north and south, and Schmitz just does the rest. So tough to tackle falling forward.
First down and 3 drives for the Titans. Touchdown on this one. Feel real good. Here's a little end around for Schmitz, and he's able to get about 5 out of it before Jamar Jackson takes him down. But the ability for this kid, look at this. I mean, to stay alive after the initial contact right here. How do you stay on your feet from that one?
Well, low man wins, and he's got great contact balance. And I think it's also a mental thing. He knows he's not going to go down on the first contact.
That was Zavon Karan, or check that. That was Noah Cook. 35 tackles and 4 tackles for loss on the defensive side. Who couldn't make that one? Balco looking downfield and intended for Dylan Firma. Firma only has 2 receptions this season, does have a touchdown. His first target here tonight goes incomplete.
And Isaiah Cook on the coverage, and Balco tries to get this one-on-one matchup, but it's going to be a big challenge to try to get yards against Isaiah Cook. He's a great defensive back, great two-way player here. Third-year varsity player. Should be getting looks at the next level.
So on 3rd and 5, Tyler Balco leading his offense out there. You see how far Schmitz is lined up behind him in the pistol. Extra blocker, a trio of receivers. Blitz does not come as Schmitz takes the wide side of the field and immediately is met. First man on the tackle was Mater Dei's Javon Jackson, his second tackle here on this drive. the junior putting in work for the Crusaders defensively.
Yeah, Schmidt's just out here on the left side, and the Crusaders cruising.
Is that why they're called Crusaders?
I don't know. I'm trying to think about it as I talk.
4th and 4 in their own territory. The Titans elect to go for it, down by 2 touchdowns.
I like the aggressiveness.
To go here in the third.
I like the aggressiveness here by the Titans. You've had numerous plays where you've gotten at least 4 yards. You can do it again here tonight.
Isaiah Rodriguez not out there, and a timeout will be called as the Titans were trying to force the hard count, maybe get the defense offside. Didn't happen. The play clock was winding down, and they did not want to take that delay of game again on this drive, and so Coach Mendoza and company call the timeout here. Would you still go for it despite not getting the defense to jump off sides with the hard count?
It's an interesting decision to make. I think you do go for it. Although I trust this Titans team to be able to come back, but it's really difficult here on the road. And in Mater Dei's offense is so stout. They've had their way here in the second half. I think the defense of the Titans are getting tired. I think you go for it just to try to keep this offense off the field for Mater Dei.
Student section here.
Getting live.
Singing with the Sharks.
I don't know if they have any singing classes here to require, but some of these kids haven't showed up to class.
That Shark is getting a little jolly here inside the stadium. Trying to ad-lib to the songs being played over the loudspeaker. All right, so Balco is out in an empty set out of the timeout. It's 4th and 5 in their own territory. Ball is spotted at the 41. Balco up the middle, wide open is Isaiah Rodriguez. Almost got caught with the face mask. Flags are flying. He makes the grab and the first down. And now we're going to have to check about 3.5 flags here on the field.
Yeah, it looks like we got some dirty laundry. It's just a quick throw out to the left side. Tyler Balco finding Isaiah Rodriguez. I love that play call. See what the penalty is for.
Rodriguez a bit shaken up at the end of that. He's a guy they need to get involved in this game. The sticks were about to move, and now they're being told to hold on. Rodriguez was wide open, 7 yards past the line of scrimmage, 2 yards past the line to gain. It will be a first down, depending on what the flag is. And it's a face mask. So there's the face mask. It did seem like we saw some fingertips cross into that helmet there for Rodriguez. So the personal foul tacks on 15 more yards to the end of the play. And the Titans are driving.
Yeah, just a costly penalty that not only add more yards, yeah, you see his helmet almost get ripped off, but it stops the clock. It allows for another play for these Titans here in the third quarter.
Noah Cook is tagged with the personal foul. So now the clock begins to wind with 3 seconds to go. That's going to do it here in the third quarter. A lively third quarter that saw Mater Dei Catholic dominate. The Titans scored a touchdown to take a lead, and then it was 20 unanswered points for the Crusaders to lead by 14. Can the Titans come back? We will find out in the fourth quarter. You're watching Game Time on Yurview, brought to you by Palomar Health.
Yurview celebrates Hispanic Heritage Month, celebrating culture, celebrating diversity, celebrating influence, strength, and achievement. Join us as we share compelling stories about individuals with Hispanic or Latino heritage, renowned artists who embrace their heritage and inspire fans all over the world, athletes and coaches who lifted their sports to new heights and paved the way for future generations of athletes. Celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month with Yurview.
Sometimes people create their own perceptions of what I can and can't do.
There are millions of people like me. They are overlooked and underestimated.
It's my thing to feel. I don't want someone else to tell me how I should feel.
People made me have different views on it, but I learned my version of autism and I embraced that.
It takes a lot to be able to get to the pride part of disability because we live in an ableist society.
Doesn't matter the disability that you have. You have to love it and you have to love yourself.
It took me a while to understand that I'm one of a kind.
I have a mind, I have a heart, I have a passion.
I'm very proud to be myself.
Unique.
Lovable.
Awesome.
Kind.
It's who I am, sitting or standing.
Disability pride matters to me.
Say disability.
Say disability.
Say disability.
With pride.
With pride. Say disability.
With pride.
Fourth quarter time here at Mater Dei Catholic. It's homecoming night. And a rivalry here in the South Bay brawl in effect. The Titans, though, gave up 20 unanswered points in that third quarter, and they trailed 27-13. They're 1st and 10 in Crusader territory. Balco stumbles, stays on his feet, whips one down, and it's intercepted. Jordan Dumoulin picks that one off. Flags are thrown about halfway down the football field. We know what the calls are going to be, but the second time here tonight that the Mater Dei Catholic defense has picked off Tyler Balco.
Yeah, Tyler Balco steps up in the pocket, stumbles, keeps his eyes downfield, and just great job by Dumoulin reading his eyes.
Second interception here this season for the junior running back who also plays a little safety. And the backline official who threw that flag, Drew, he was at the 20. He threw it all the way to the 37. Dude should be playing center field for the Padres. Actually, no, that he shouldn't because Jackson Murrell's insane. But so there's going to be a double personal foul here on sportsmanlike conduct on the Crusaders. So they will have the football back, but they are going to be set very far back in their own territory.
Yeah, that's tough for Eastlake, though. I mean, that's 3 drives, 3 turnovers. You just can't do that on the road in a rivalry game like this. Metro Mesa, first league game, is not how you want to come out in the second half if you're Eastlake.
Ball is going to be at the 6-yard line with their backs against the wall for the Crusaders. Isaiah Rodriguez had a fumble. Tyler Balco has thrown 2 interceptions. That's the story of the last 3 drives for the Titans offense.
Ball will be spotted.
Titans were up 13-7 in that third quarter after trailing 7-6. But the Crusaders have capitalized on all of the Titan turnovers in the last 3 drives. This time, though, they got to go 96 yards to capitalize in the end zone once again. Cartel Purvis is out there. So is Gael Aguilar. It's play action. Ball is tipped it incomplete. It was intended for Micaiah Lua.
It'll be interesting to see what the Crusaders can do on this drive deep in their own territory.
Good tip right there on that defensive line by Bernardo Cardenas.
I think they're going to want to really show off Cartel Purvis's arm talent, starting on their own 3-yard line on this drive.
2nd and 10. Aguilar up the left side, shedding a tackle into space. Gael Aguilar staying on his feet and ripping off a 20-yard run to give some breathing room to his offense.
He's had a nice night tonight, Aguilar. They're giving him the ball on a few carries here. Just a little bit run to the left, and great job by the boys up front. Young linemen up front getting blocks, and Aguilar does the rest.
If he didn't stumble, I think he probably could have gotten a few more out of it, but a very productive run. And this backfield duo of Jordan Dumoulin and Gael Aguilar is giving the Titans front 7 fits here tonight. Aguilar stays out there. He's the bigger of the 2 backs. This time it's play action. Purvis looking downfield, incomplete. Cromartie was the intended receiver, and for the 3rd time tonight, he's overthrown.
Couldn't quite connect there. Trying to take a shot downfield. But you can really see the arm strength. Purvis gets the shotgun snap, play action. Gets a little too much air under that one.
So that's going to set up a 2nd and 10 here. Mater Dei Catholic hoping to find their way into the postseason. The way that the divisions work this year, they're not going to be awarded a division. No team will until after the season ends. Feeling like they maybe, if they win the league, are worthy of that Division II opportunity. Purvis keeps it and gets a gain of 3 out of it.
Yeah, Purvis took a shot on that one, but you can see little just pulling that ball, getting north and south, and Kingston Schaff delivers a shot to Cartel Purvis.
They're going to give him a gain of 4, saying that he was pushed forward prior to that knee going down. So it's going to be 3rd and 6 for the Crusaders offensively. Crusaders scored 13 last week. Felt like maybe a low-scoring game, and then they ripped off 20 straight points, which is the conversation we had, Drew. We're going to see a false start on the offense. Send him back to a 3rd and 11. But I asked you, we told fans here before the game we thought we were going to see points, and then right after you and I had that conversation here on the air, we saw points.
We saw points. We did indeed, and this offense for the Mater Dei Crusaders have had favorable field position on, few drives here in the third quarter, take advantage of those opportunities. Eastlake also scored as well.
4 touchdowns for Mater Dei Catholic, 2 for Dumoulin, 1 for Carr, 1 for Cook. Purvis rolling out right on 3rd and 11. Thought about just unleashing one, instead scurries down the other way. Towing the sideline, veering out of bounds, but gets a gain of 13 out of it. And Cartel Purvis continuing to show the dual threat abilities with another first down run.
That was the same play. They've run that play a few times. That was the same play they scored a touchdown on earlier in this game. He rolls to his right. He doesn't love what he sees, but you got to have backside contained there. Don't let him scramble outside the pocket. He had a guy down the field. Jonathan Hawthorne was open, if you could recall on that play, but didn't quite trust it. Purvis took off.
So after a 13-yard run, 1st and 10 from the 34 for the Crusaders, who continue to pillage 4th. Play action. Screen pass, far side, Matt Carr in space. Carr driving all the way into the end zone.
Play number 1, Matt Carr.
Matt Carr's second touchdown reception tonight. A 66-yard touchdown for the senior as flags fly and the Crusaders take a 33-13 lead.
That was just a quick wide receiver screen out to the left side. You had big P.J. Paolatu, just a freshman, 330 pounds, pulling from the tackle position to get that block on the corner. Matt Carr fakes like he's going upfield, catches the ball, takes it the distance, but you could really see how tired Eastlake's defense was there on that play. Nobody touched Matt Carr on that as he galloped in the end zone.
Yeah, it's just a little play-action screen, and look at that block right there, too. That's the one guy you got to stop to open up the space, to show off the wheels. And they had sportsmanlike conducts, 2 of them. Once again, this is where I think you got to institute cards in football, yellow card, red card. If you get like 3 or 4 in sportsmanlike conducts, there's got to be something more. Because at this point, there's no real punishment for it.
I agree with that. And, it's got to be something maybe for possibly getting thrown out of the game or just not playing. And
it's got to hold everybody accountable at the end of the day. Angel Mendoza hits the PAT. 21 straight unanswered for the Crusaders. They lead 34-13 here in the fourth quarter. We'll step aside. You're watching Game Time on Yurview, brought to you by Palomar Health.
Disability is not a dirty word.
It takes a lot to be able to get to the pride part of disability because we live in an ableist society.
There are millions of people like me. They are overlooked and underestimated.
I have a mind, I have a heart, I have a passion.
It's who I am, whether I'm sitting or standing.
If I didn't have the disability, I wouldn't be the person that I am today.
Say disability.
With pride.
Fall has arrived, and with it, a chilling invitation to a spooktacular celebration. Fall Fright Fest on Yurview. From classic horrors to modern-day frights, we've got something to scare the living daylights out of you. Prepare yourselves for a frightfully good time with a curated collection of films that'll leave you haunted long after the credits roll. Enjoy a spine-tingling October with Fall Fright Fest on Yurview.
It has been a renaissance here for the Crusaders in the second half, leading 34-13 over the Titans. The soiree of the South Bay currently being dominated by Mater Dei Catholic. They were trailing 13-7 to open up, or to about midway through the third quarter, and they've scored 21 unanswered. A touchdown by Jordan Dumoulin, a touchdown by Matt Carr, a touchdown by Isaiah Cook, and it has been tough sledding for the Titans, who are looking for some momentum. Zavon Carranza on the return, able to push it across the 45. They're going to call him down at the 47-yard line. So favorable field position here for an offense who's turned it over each of the last 3 times.
Yeah, if you're the Titans right now, you have to put together a nice drive. The game might be out of reach at this point, but just prove to themselves that they can maintain possession of the football, get some positive momentum on offense. Tyler Balco, he's had a really nice night tonight outside of his turnovers or that interception he threw last drive. See what they can string together here late in the fourth.
Balco came in the game throwing 5 picks. He's now up to 7 on the season. All alone. Line holds. Easy catch for Rodriguez. Turning the corner. This kid can fly. And he shows it right there after a nice gain. We'll call it 16 for Isaiah Rodriguez. Into Crusader territory go the Titans.
Yeah, nice job by Tyler Balco. Just taking what the defense gives you. Everyone's playing back. Don't want to give up a big play. Underneath Isaiah Rodriguez. He does a little juke step there on Diego Mendoza. Gets north and south eventually. Gets some positive yardage.
42-yard line here for the Titans. Balco continuing to remain alone in the empty set. Just trying to keep his options alive. This time up the seam, and it's intercepted again. Guess who? Diego Mendoza. 2 interceptions and a fumble recovery for Mendoza here tonight. And the Titans are throwing the football to the wrong team.
Yeah, and Tyler Balco, he's really upset. I think he wasn't quite on the same page as his receiver, or just didn't see Diego Mendoza at all. Probably frustrated with himself. Great job.
Jordan Harris, who doesn't have a reception here this season so far, was the only guy in the area. And it's been 4 straight turnovers for the Titans after the touchdown drive.
4 straight turnovers, Jonathan, and that sums up the ball game thus far.
It was a 7-6 score at halftime. The Crusaders have done the antithesis of this game in the previous 5, where they've kept it close until halftime, and then the second half is the time of the game that gets away from them. We're seeing the backup quarterback in. We're also seeing Gael Aguilar breaking loose. Here goes Aguilar, pushed out near the 20 after a huge gain on the play. This kid is having a night.
Really nice run by Aguilar, Just shotgun formation, got the backup quarterback in, and he just goes right up the middle. He doesn't even get touched until he's about 20-plus yards down the field. Great, tough running by Gael.
Cartel Purvis' evening is done. It's now the senior backup Reagan Nicanor. Number 12 wearing the pink cleats.
Nice to see him get an opportunity.
We'll see if he gets an opportunity to throw. Here it comes, up the middle, incomplete. The intended target was Laurel Parker.
Yeah, Laurel Parker, he's had a nice night tonight. He had interception on defense from a tip pass. Also had a lot of catches underneath from Cartel Purvis. Intended here. Just couldn't quite connect. I love the play call. I think that ball was just tipped.
David Bronco on the tip, perhaps the only Eastlake Titan really having a productive night here. Saying his name a lot for the team in blue and white. The canner in the shotgun, Aguilar to his right. That's Parker on the move. Aguilar takes the carry. Aguilar up the middle and gets a gain of 9, maybe 9.5. It's going to be 2nd and inches.
Got to credit the big boys up front for Mater Dei. This is a young offensive line. Big, strong, physical, really bright future for Mater Dei Catholic on the offensive line.
Ironically enough, that guy right there, Aguilar, is one of the few seniors on this team. There's 12 seniors for the Crusaders. Carltel Purvis, a senior. The backup Reagan Nicander, who's in there, is a senior. But Jordan Dumourand, who has 2 touchdowns tonight, is a junior. And Nicanor continuing in the shotgun. Here's a handoff that goes absolutely nowhere, blown up on the carry by Jeremiah King, the senior backup. Getting his first carry here tonight, his 24th of the season. He does have a touchdown, but he loses a yard right there. It's going to be 4th and 4.
Yeah, Kingston Shaft, he just doesn't even get touched. He comes underneath the offensive tackle, knifes in there, big-time tackle. He's hyped up.
And the Crusaders are looking to keep this drive alive. 4th and 4 in Titan territory, and they're going to go for it. Nicander in the shotgun.
3rd and 7.
It's actually 4th down. The board is wrong.
Oh, I see.
On the move goes Julian Cromartie. They give it to him. Cromartie trips up, maybe just shy of the 1st down. He had the space and he kicked himself. That's a self-tackle right there. And a turnover on downs for the Crusaders. You'll see it right here. Right there. He just got tied up on the legs.
Either the turf monster got him or it was number 6, Jeremiah King, who tripped him up. Couldn't quite tell from our angle over here. I think he might have got his legs mixed up.
I think the turf monster might be active. We have sharks in the stadium. We have turf monsters on the field.
It's homecoming here at Mater Dei.
Yeah, somebody call Ghostbusters. It is October.
Well, our phones are on loud, Jonathan, so if they need us.
Yeah, I mean, we have Fall Fright Fest here on Yurview. I didn't realize it was actually the football game. 7 minutes to go in the game. And the Titans back on the offensive side, and it's immediately a handoff to Rodriguez, who can do a little bit of everything, trying to fight to get back to the line to gain, and I think he got there. It's going to be 2nd and 10 for the Titans.
Yeah, no gain there for the Titans, and trying to get him some valuable touches here late in the game to kind of show his athleticism and maybe put something on his highlight tape, but no dice.
Students here at MDC looking on. And the family of the defenders, all 3 defenders who were in on the tackle, making their presence felt in the stands. Clock continuing to trickle here, 6:20 to go in the ball game. Another handoff to Rodriguez. Up the middle he goes, trying to stay behind a tackler, taken down after a gain of 6 on the play.
Yeah, nice little run up front. There's a little zone run read to the right-hand side.
Number 66, Jeffrey Adams. Number 5, Andrew Sanchez.
Jeffrey Adams and Andrew Sanchez on the tackle.
Yeah, Isaiah Rodriguez just getting north and south there. But Mater Dei Catholic, their defensive line went just too far upfield. They got to play flatter on the line of scrimmage.
Are you surprised that we have only seen Rocket Demery involved in 2 plays so far tonight?
You know, I almost forgot about him, and yeah, that's a little
exactly
surprising.
My point, by the way.
It's true.
You know, him and Rodriguez are the 2 most dynamic players on this offense, and Demery, after an amazing catch in the first half, just has been largely held in check. Rodriguez goes backwards. It's going to be a loss of 3 on the play. Did the ball come out?
Number 3, Noah Cook. Number 22, Diego Mendoza on the tackle.
It did not. So Noah Cook and Mendoza were both on the tackle, and it's going to be 4th down here for the Titans offense.
No gain, actually a loss of a yard on the
Yeah, it looks like they've kind of waved the white flag. If Eastlake, I mean, they, didn't throw the ball once on this drive, and no Rocket Demery and no Will Schmitz, and
so now they're going to boot this one away. Terrell Parker is back near the 45 of the Crusader territory side of the field. Low snap. Drew, I could see shivering on that one. Punt is high, taking a bad bounce for a moment and right into the hands of Parker, who skirts out of play after a gain of 5 on the return.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, former long snapper, don't love to see a low snap, but favorable field position for the Crusaders. see if they can do something here with some of their backups in.
So second drive coming here for the second team. Reagan O'Connor is the backup quarterback. We saw him get one throwing opportunity. It went incomplete. We'll see if they give him another one here on this drive. 4:42 to go in the ball game. 21 unanswered for the Crusaders. Screen pass to Cromartie. It's complete. Staying on his feet for a moment, David Bronco was the one who wrapped him up after a gain of 5 on the play.
That nice little pass over there to Cromartie, and we've tried to connect with him deep in this ball game, deep down the field in this ball game a few times.
It's got to be frustrating for the Titans. You felt like you were in control of this game, right?
They were leading at one point.
Yeah, 13-7 early in that third quarter after scoring on the opening drive of the second half, and just 4 straight turnovers completely turned this game on its head. Eckner rolling out right, looking downfield, well overthrown. We saw Rodriguez on the hop. The pass was intended for Isaiah Cook.
Yeah, trying to get number 4 the football. He's a really dynamic playmaker. Saw him score a touchdown tonight. Really like him on both sides of the ball. And speaking to his dad, the head coach of this Mater Dei Catholic team, I asked him if he was more of an offensive player or a defensive player, and he told me, hey, wherever the team needs him.
The answer was yes.
Yeah, the answer was, is the offense or defense? He says yes. And, he's not big into the idea of stats, right? He's just a team guy. Wherever the team needs him, it's where he's going to play.
3rd and 5. Quick pitch and catch. This one goes to Cook, who does a little twirl down to the 25. And that'll be a first down here for the Crusaders.
I think he's a little tired here, but he's had a nice night tonight. Catching the ball out in the flat. Gets enough for the first down. And
taken down by Cairo Flores.
Flores with a nice tackle. Dylan Bronco there to clean it up.
1st and 10. Crusaders not looking slow down here. Quick handoff going to Jeremiah King. Shows off the speed. Flags fly. King extends. And he's in for a touchdown. Pending the flag. Would be a 26-yard touchdown run for King. It would be touchdown number 2 for him this season. The flag came in prior to him getting into the end zone, and the Crusaders offense, based on the body language, believes it's against them. It's going to be holding on the offense.
Yeah, this one's coming back. Looks like Coach Cook's wondering who specifically it's on. See if we can find it. Oh, yeah. It's on number 27.
That's Nathaniel Stevens.
Nathaniel Stevens.
Senior.
He was pulling on the back of the jersey of number 12 for Eastlake, Ryan Bronco. That's going to get called every time. If you see jersey getting pulled on somebody's back, especially where the ball is on the point of attack,
it's one of the
laundry will come out.
Yeah, one of the big no-nos here. So instead of a touchdown, it's going to be 1st and 8 here. Line to gain is at the 16. Quick handoff. King up the middle. This time a productive run. Not as productive as the last one would have been. Taken down at the 19, setting up a 3rd and 3.
Yeah, I think they could have called another hold if they wanted to, but
like you said in the first quarter, every play there's a hold. It's just the previous one was so blatant in front of the ref on a touchdown run, you can't really let that one go.
Yeah, I don't want to take anything away from Mater Dei. And those a couple calls I saw, it wouldn't have affected the outcome. I mean, they still would have been winning handily, but there were a few blatant holding calls that the refs didn't call. But, hey.
You're not wearing your zebra stripes here tonight, Drew. King again. Up the A-gap. He got the first down and some loose change. Stood up just shy of that 10-yard line. We'll call it a gain of 9. And that'll move the sticks here. It's going to be 1st and 10 from the 11 for the Crusaders with about 2:05 to go and counting.
Yeah, nice little run inside. And again, kudos to this offensive line. They're opening up holes late in this ball game. You know, they're probably tired up front, but the big boys, they're eating here tonight.
11-yard line brings up 1st and 10, Mater Dei.
Clock continuing to trickle here, $1:45 and counting. Mater Dei with maybe 2 or 3 more plays. King trying to punch it in, immediately greeted after a short gain on the play off the defensive line, and making the tackle was Bernardo Cardenas. It's going to be a gain of 4.
Yeah, as the clock drips down here, you know, you got to give a lot of credit to Mater Dei and Coach Cook and all of these coaches here for Mater Dei, just preparing a nice game plan here at home, scoring 34 points.
21 unanswered, Drew, and looking for more, by the way. And 65 seconds to go. King remains in the backfield. Nickener, the quarterback, hands it off to King. King up the middle, and he is wrapped up again. Back-to-back tackles, maybe touchdown-saving tackles for Cardenas, and you can tell he's tired because he's done basically everything off that defensive line.
Yeah, he's made a lot of tackles here, and this defense in the second half has been pretty tired. And you know, that's the challenge of playing guys both ways, and especially on the line of scrimmage. I mean, these guys have been fighting here tonight.
3rd and 3, a gain of 4 on the run, and one more play here. And actually, I think we're going to see a knee. Everybody surrounded by the backup quarterback. Nickener takes a knee, and that will do it. Mater Dei Catholic will take the win for the 4th straight time here in the rivalry between the two schools. Eastlake was up 13-7, and the Crusaders ripped off 21 unanswered points and forced 4 consecutive turnovers to walk away with a 34-13 win. MDC has won 3 straight. They're 3-3, and Coach Richard Cook has this team cooking here so far this season.
Yeah, it's a nice win at home here against a crosstown rival, and after starting the season against some really tough competition, it's paid off here tonight with a big win over the Eastlake Titans. But you got to give both of these teams credit. They fought hard. I thought Eastlake looked really good in the first half, but they just couldn't quite put it together in the second half, falling behind with those turnovers deep in their own territory, and the Crusaders just doing the rest.
2 touchdowns for William Schmitz, the silver lining for the Titans, but it's the Crusaders who get the win on homecoming night as Metro Mesa League play opens up 1-0 for Mater Dei Catholic. Keep it here, plenty more to come. It's Game Time on Yurview, brought to you by Palomar Health.
Cox Communications and the San Diego County Office of Education salute the 2025 San Diego County Teachers of the Year. Cox presents Salute to Teachers. Be inspired by their stories and celebrate their accomplishments in a 30-minute education special. Watch Cox presents Salute to Teachers, only on Yurview.
Sometimes people create their own perceptions of what I can and can't do.
There are millions of people like me. They are overlooked and underestimated.
It's my thing to feel. I don't want someone else to tell me how I should feel.
People made me have different views on it, but I learned my version of autism and I embraced that.
It takes a lot to be able to get to the pride part of disability because we live in an ableist society.
It doesn't matter the disability that you have. You have to love it, and you have to love yourself.
It took me a while to understand that I'm one of a kind.
I have a mind, I have a heart, I have a passion.
I'm very proud to be myself.
Unique.
Lovable.
Awesome.
Kind.
It's who I am, sitting or standing.
Disability pride matters to me.
Say disability.
Say disability.
Say disability.
With pride.
With pride. Say disability.
With pride.
Yurview celebrates Hispanic Heritage Month, celebrating culture, celebrating diversity, celebrating influence, strength, and achievement. Join us as we share compelling stories about individuals with Hispanic or Latino heritage, renowned artists who embrace their heritage and inspire fans all over the world, athletes and coaches who lifted their sports to new heights and paved the way for future generations of athletes. Celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month with Yurview.
Fall has arrived, and with it, a chilling invitation to a spooktacular celebration. Fall Fright Fest on Yurview. From classic horrors to modern-day frights, we've got something to scare the living daylights out of you. Prepare yourselves for a frightfully good time with a curated collection of films that'll leave you haunted long after the credits roll. Enjoy a spine-tingling October with Fall Fright Fest on Yurview.
Homecoming night ends in a victory for Mater Dei Catholic, taking down the Eastlake Titans 34-13. Drew Ferris, Jonathan Rifkin, our entire Yurview crew on hand. Drew, tonight was a game that showed a ton of different players in success, but of course it's got to be led by the quarterback. Tonight's player of the game is brought to you by Palomar Health. Champions aren't made overnight. They're created through practice, determination, dedication. Palomar Health, champions of healthcare, champions for you.
Yeah, nice touchdown grab to open up the game here from Cartel Purvis. He had a really nice night tonight, hitting multiple receivers, doing it in the air, on his legs. It's really nice here on the fourth down run.
He had two big runs, one on third down to keep a drive alive, one on fourth down, utilizing the space. He's advertised as a dual threat, and you saw it. He had 4 touchdown passes here tonight. 2 to Matt Carr, 1 to Isaiah Cook, 1 to Jordan Dumoran, and it was a difficult night stopping number 9 here for the Eastlake Titans defense.
Yeah, it really was. He did a nice job commanding the offense. Missed a few opportunities, but no problem here. And you could see, didn't force any bad throws. Took what the defense gave him, and really nice job tonight for Purvis.
That ended up being the last play of his night before he was taken out. A lot of plays here tonight worthy of tonight's play that sealed the game, which is brought to you by Easter Seals. Disability is not a dirty word. Say it, celebrate it, and share it. Help us define disability and share your story at disabilitypride.com. Of course, it's got to be the helmet bop into an interception by Laurel Parker, who had a great night on both sides of the football.
He really did, and right place at the right time, and, got a nose for the football there. Great focus and concentration, get the turnover deep in Eastlake territory.
A fun night with the Stars showing out for the Crusaders. We're going to wrap things up when we return. You're watching Game Time on Yurview, brought to you by Palomar Health.
MyBox is the only locally owned portable storage company servicing San Diego County. We provide containers in multiple sizes, 8x8, 8x16, and 8x20.
We're out of Poway. We do on-site storage that can be delivered right to your home or business or really wherever you need portable storage. We've started in 2017 and moved into now a couple other service lines, including ice cold storage and mobile offices. So we're perfect for doing your full service events, and also restaurants that may be down on equipment. They can hire us to do on-site refrigeration. MyBox of San Diego is available 24/7 by phone, text, and website. You can even get a hold of us through our social media networks as well, too. Typically, we can get your container out same day, even within a couple hours. We can have it there ready on your driveway. So if you need it dry or if you need it cold, MyBox of San Diego and Ice Cold Storage has the right solution for your needs.
Disability is not a dirty word.
It takes a lot to be able to get to the pride part of disability because we live in an ableist society.
There are millions of people like me. They are overlooked and underestimated.
I have a mind, I have a heart, I have a passion.
It's who I am, whether I'm sitting or standing.
If I didn't have the disability, I wouldn't be the person that I am today.
Say disability.
With pride.
If you're having trouble breathing, if you're having a lot of sinus infections, if your nose is dripping like a faucet, I can help you breathe easy. I'm Dr. Shaw, Palomar Health Ear, Nose, and Throat Surgeon. In less than an hour, we'll unplug that nose that's been so congested without an invasive surgery. It's painless. And by the next day, you're going to be breathing much easier. Contact us. I'll help you breathe easy.
Wrapping things up here at Mater Dei Catholic, the Crusaders get the win here on homecoming night in the Metro Mesa League opener, 34-13 over Eastlake. Drew Ferris, Jonathan Rifkin. Drew, this was a game that showed a little bit of everything, but ultimately it was everything that went the way of the Crusaders tonight.
Yeah, hard-fought battle by both teams, especially in the first half. Eastlake came out. They actually were leading in this game at one point, but too much Crusaders, too many turnovers by Eastlake for them to get the win here at home.
Lots of signs of life in this game for the Titans, a Titans team that has lost 6 straight games, but we talked about some of the things they needed to do to stay in this game, and they actually did it for much of the first half and then a little bit in that third quarter.
Yeah, a little bit. And, and they had a nice time running the ball. Tyler Balco, he was really distributing the ball. We didn't really see Rocket Demery much in the second half, wondering where he was. They're missing that big playmaker ability. But, again, Mater Dei Catholic just taking advantage of those turnovers, spreading the ball around, and too much cartel purpose.
These two teams know each other very well. Just 2 miles separate the two schools. 2 teams full of players who are friends outside of the friendly confines of the football field who have come up together through the ranks as well. Speaking of 2 teams, by the way, who are familiar with each other, next week we have a battle here on Yurview. It's going to be Granite Hills hosting Cathedral Catholic, the number 2 team in San Diego, against the number 3 team in San Diego. Drew, we're in for a heck of a night a week from today.
A lot of Saturday talent will be on the field next week. One of the premier primetime games of San Diego football. If you follow San Diego high school football, you do not want to miss that game.
Both teams got wins tonight. Cathedral Catholic shut out the Saints 35-0 with 5 new players active for the Dons, including Honor Fa'alave, somebody we didn't get to see 2 weeks ago at Cathedral Catholic, but somebody we're looking forward to see amongst all of the great players in that game next week. We hope you can join us for that one, but that's going to do it for us here tonight. Mater Dei Catholic gets an emphatic win over Eastlake. For Drew Ferris and our entire crew, my name is Jonathan Rifkin, wishing you good night and so long from Chula Vista. Mater Dei Catholic moves to 3-3 on the season. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we will see you next Friday. This has been Game Time on Yurview, brought to you by Palomar Health.
Next guest is a trial attorney in Oakland, California. Let's welcome Landon Vivian from the Barnes firm.
Most interesting aspects of this for me, and part of why I love this work, is when people first come to me, there's almost this like guilt about, oh, this happened. I don't want people to think I'm trying to pull a fast one or do anything. And I have to break through that and go, look, this was not your fault that you got hurt. Yes, it may have been an accident or not intentional, but there are things that happened that led up to this occurring. And as a result, you're hurt. Your life has been changed. So to really break them free and get them to be like, look, you can pursue this with your head held high. This isn't something shameful. This is the way it should be, given the fact that you were the one that got hurt. I'm always representing somebody that was hurt. So knowing that I have them kind of, with me, and that's what I'm representing, that's a big deal to me when you really start to feel people respect what's going on.
Tell me the story again, Grandpa.
Okay, there was once a little girl who was fearless. She protected the whole village, and she never backed down. She was my champion. And when she grew up, she joined a group of other heroes to protect the world. The world-class medical team at Palomar Health. Because they are the champions of healthcare.
Mommy!
And champions for you.
Get ready to travel across America meeting the future stars of the sports world. We'll kick things off in Virginia with one of the country's best soccer prospects, then make our way to Florida for one of the state's best football recruits. You'll meet a top quarterback in Alabama, as well as a volleyball standout in the Chicago